Yes, people. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on what fucking time zone you're in. Yeah. Welcome to Donversation TV. This is Friday night, man. It's apologies that I didn't show up last week. I had a very packed Saturday and I knew I had to get up early. So to do that and do the show last week, do you know what would have happened? I would have got a headache by the wife. And sometimes it's not even worth it. You know what I'm saying? But you know what it is? In true fashion, we're back. You hit me? We're fucking back. And it's not the fact that we're back. Arsenal is back on top of the table. We are through to the final of the Champions League. If we win this shit, oh my, everyone's gonna hate me. Every motherfucking person's going to hate me. But we'll talk about that in a little piece. Yeah, just in a little piece, people. Make sure you're running up the likes. Make sure you're hitting subscribe. And if you're a sharing person, it's always good to share because you know what? Yeah, sharing is actually caring out here, people's them. Sharing is bomber clock caring, yeah. But you know what? Yeah, I'll go up in my brethren in. This is what I'm saying. He's a pussy at times. He's a fraud because of that motherfucking friend of mine, flawless. He's giving these mans ammo, yeah, and he loves calling me names when I jump into his stream, yeah. He's always got the matching hat with the top. You know what I'm saying? Which I believe is sick because I'm all about matching that. I'm old school like that. You see it, peoples, yeah? I'm about that like. So I want you to welcome my like African King and his academy. Big up, my brother. What you saying, my G?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Hope you're doing well. Obviously, Arteta's, put you into new heights. Your manager out here, got you top of the table, final Champions League. Yeah, man, we're gonna have some conversations. Captain Odegaard, Arteta, he's signing a new deal. So yeah, man, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Do you know what? Yeah, big up before we even get that. Let's big up everyone in the chat. Innit? Gunnar, big up my brother. Yeah, Rav, you done know, man. Yo, peoples, get Chelsea on 200 subs on YouTube is what I'm saying. Her link is in my description. Just click on it, open up another tab, and subscribe. I don't know why people ain't subscribing because it's fucking free. Yeah. But before I even say that, like, here comes the friggin' fraud to the stage. Yeah. She is a very nice lady. She's a wicked mum. She used to play football as well. This is what I'm saying, semi-pro. Before her knees said, nope, I'm too old for it. You know what I'm saying? And it brought down like who is it? Reece James. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say she's technically good as Reece James, yeah, but she seems to be always injured like Reece James. Yeah. But they said that she's got a touch like the lap. Or does she like the lap's touch? Yeah. Take it as you want to see it, yeah. Big up Chelsea. What are you saying, girl?
That's a fucking insult. A touch like the lap. The bloke can't even touch a ball, let alone fucking do a touch.
Yeah, excited. Don't talk about your striker and your boyfriend like that, man. That's disrespectful, man. Keep it domestics at home. What's wrong with you? Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, how you doing, Chelsea? Right, yeah.
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Oh, do you know what? I'm excellent right now. You know, like the weather's great.
King, how are you?
Oh shit! She just cut me off. Hey, people, you see this, yeah? And she asked me a question. I'm just answering it, and then she just cuts me off like that. But it's okay. It's okay. Yeah. But make sure you like it to proper Chelsea people. Get her up to 200 subs real quick. Come on, quick, fast. Yo, what you saying though?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm looking forward to next season. Cut this season off.
Oh,
back to next.
Are you talking about Atletico or Chelsea? Which one is it?
Well, Chelsea, of course, because Atletico will always finish in the top 4 somehow. But as for Chelsea, no. We've finished this season.
So are you sure it's just this season you're finished and not for a good few years?
No, I will give you that. A few years until the ownership's gone. But unfortunately, we've got them for another few years.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I need to get Luke on my channel. He's actually a Man City fan that I actually like. But before we even say anything else, yeah, we've got a. He's a prick. Yeah, he's a nice prick. Yeah, some people like him, some people hate him. I just think he's a prick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I would introduce him as something. Yeah, but his team won the what is it, the Carabao Cup last season. You thought they were gonna do something special, but the zebras, yeah, they're just fake donkeys because that's the way them his manager is. He's a fucking donkey. But big up anyway, yeah. Big up 10. What you say, my brother?
I got a hammer. Getting ready. I feel like I'm worthy. West Ham, you are worthy for a victory on Sunday. Mjolnir, I don't know if there's any Norwegians in the West Ham side. I know there's a Norwegian at Arsenal, but he's more of a ghost, I would say that. But yeah, doing good. Kind of happy, obviously, because the other team I support, Deportivo, just beat, unfortunately, a former Arsenal man, but also former Depor, Lucas
No,
Perez.
fuck that 10. Fuck that. I want to go back to that hammer shit. You're
What?
bringing on the hammer on my show, yeah, and say, yeah,
Oh,
you
yeah.
can lift it up, you're not worthy, bro. Do you want to behave like Odin and take your fucking powers away? This is what I'm saying. Yeah? Huh? But we could do this all day, bro. Yeah, but say carry on.
But yeah, Deportivo just won like 2-3 hours ago. So yeah, doing good on that side. Deportivo could get promoted back to La Liga, where it belongs. And congrats to Rayo Vallecano as well for making the Conference League final.
Yeah. Okay, well, congrats to you, man. Congrats to you. But let's get this shit started. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. So, seeing as Chelsea probably won't even be on for too long because she's got to get up in the morning and make the laps on breakfast.
You're a fraud.
Since that Port Vale spanking that he gave them 7-0, it's kind of been a down, down, up, down, down, down last few games. Why? Why do you think that is?
We've got no players. We have, I believe, 6 wingers out injured. Currently, we have a striker that can't touch a ball. We have 2 shit goalkeepers. We have a back line of fuck knows what they are. And Don, we are a washed team. We're not the Chelsea that we used to be. And obviously, I know we've got these ownerships in, but that's sort of another story with them. But these players, these were supposed to come in and be top class players, and we're seeing nothing. Cole Palmer, if you want to go, go. I'm sorry, I'm done defending you. I'm done defending you now. And it's getting to a point that I seriously couldn't give a shit about you. Garnacho, go. Half of these players have to go. But then we get rid of them for who to come in, what, championship players?
Please.
Because unfortunately, we're not getting no top class players. It's all PR, all these managers that they reckon we're going to get. It's not going to happen. And I can't see us winning another game now at all this season. And I think tomorrow we're going to get absolutely smashed. I feel like we're going to play with wing backs. And the last time we done that, it went completely wrong. I can't see us getting another win. And even against Tottenham, I really can't see us beating Tottenham.
Do you know what, Chelsea? You said you don't recognise your Chelsea. Yeah, I recognise your Chelsea from the late 90s, early 2000s. So it depends who you ask. Yeah, and I'm happy where you are. This is what I'm saying. Minus Zola, because that's actually my favourite player that's ever played for your team. But that's not here or there. You know what I'm saying? It's not about me. What's your thoughts on it, King?
Oh, well, first of all, that's disrespectful to the late 90s Chelsea because that team is better than this current team. So
Facts.
we had the likes of Desai and that Dennis Wise, players that actually cared about the club. So in the end of the day, I agree with a lot of what Chel said. I still think we'll beat Spurs. I think the players only care about 2 games, and that's really Spurs in the final. I don't think they cared it last week. I don't think they care this week. I don't think they're gonna care against. I don't know what our other game is in the Prem, but the two games they have to care about is the final one and Tottenham. That's it, really. But it doesn't really help when you have a manager previously who is beforehand was fired by Hull, seventh in Strasbourg, then comes into our club and is expected to replace one of the better managers under the kind of ownership that we've had in. One is the best one. Then we have this guy, Old McDonald. I don't know what his name is, Callum McFarlane or whatever he is, and he's playing tossing at centre back, knowing full well he's trash. The wingers, like Esteval's the only winger that we had that was doing something, but Liam in his final game decided to kill him off, end his whole season and World Cup hopes because he was desperate. So he's gone. Cole Palmer's been injured for most of the season, but doesn't want to take the surgery because obviously it's a World Cup year, etc., etc. But he doesn't even deserve to go to the World Cup. And then outside of João Pedro, outside of João Pedro, all of our attackers have been mid to trash. Midfield is fine. I'm not really bothered about midfield. If Enzo Fernandez wants to leave, he can leave. Centre backs, as I said, our best centre back just came back from injury in Levi Colwell. The rest of them can go. Really.
Oh wow.
Fullbacks, I'm good with. Goalkeepers, I've always said they were rubbish. I don't know why people think Sanchez is, or anyone says that Sanchez is a decent keeper or has had a decent season. He's whack. Amount of times that he's given the ball away to an opposition player or made a bad decision or done something crazy throughout the season, even when he's had a good game, he still makes dumb decisions. So for me, if you look at it, there are good pieces in our club, but it's just surrounded by absolute shit. So when you have players that are the level that could be Champions League competing for titles, and then you surround them with players that are so bad that they shouldn't even be in the championship, it doesn't really make sense. And it's down to recruitment, it's down to the sporting directors, and the fact that they're still in jobs pisses me off to this day. But summer, I don't really care, I'll be honest with you. Until the sporting directors are gone, I don't think the club has a turnaround. Barley seems to be an absolute idiot and still wants to keep these buffoons underneath him. So he's the biggest problem for me. The buffoons underneath him and the sporting directors are also a big problem. And with that being said, doesn't really matter. The next manager needs insurances. The next manager needs more, I would say, assurances in terms of if we were going to get a manager, they're going to have more assurances on the type of players that they sign. Because the fact is, I still to this day don't know why we signed Garnacho. I still don't. Other signings I could actually justify to a certain extent, but Garnacho for me was nonsensical. Whoever decided to sign him should be hang from a tree. So reality is this: when you make dumb decisions, when you don't strengthen the core of your team, the middle part of your team, right? We used to have check and goal, Terry, Lampard, Drogba. That was the middle. We don't have a goalkeeper anywhere close to that. We don't have a centre back anywhere close to that. Our midfield is cool. Caicedo, I like him. And then you got João Pedro, who's had a good season-ish, 15 goals, maybe more. Scored one of the goals of the season last week for no reason at the end of the game, which was great. But as I said, outside of him, our core line, if you look through the middle, it's absolute dog water. So yeah, of course we're not going to have a good season. Of course it's idiotic to get rid of a manager because of personal issues, because he tried to call you out on your BS and told you, the sporting directors, that we needed centre backs, even though we needed them in the summer, even though we needed a goalkeeper in the summer, even though we needed better left wingers in the summer, and he told you to get him just some centre backs, just a couple centre backs, but then you fired him. You brought in a light skinned brother with a fade, who shouldn't really be a manager anyway. And he ended our season by losing 5 in a row, no goals scored, and got Esteval pretty much missing a World Cup. Then we have a backup manager, and you know they're doing a bunch of storytelling about who's the next manager gonna be. But for me, if depending on who the next manager is, will depend if I watch Chelsea next season. Because really, I couldn't give a fuck if we don't get the right manager in. I don't think we turn anything around, because that's for me. This league is about it's a managers league. The reason why teams win trophies is because of the manager. Why do you think PSG is the best team in the world? Because they have one of the best managers in the world. So
We
that's
love
why they win.
PSG.
So they're in back-to-back Champions Leagues, and this is the same manager, Enrique, that went to these idiots and said, "Listen, this is what I wanted to do. Give me the power to do it." They said no. He went to PSG. The rest is history. So these are the idiots that we have controlling our club on the sporting level. So as long as that keeps the same, I don't think any changes will come. Is our club finished or over or done with? No, we will be back at some point.
Yeah, of course.
In the future.
Yeah.
Football's in cycles, but I don't mind Arsenal winning the Prem because be honest with you, so I don't mind that. I'll be at the parade.
We'll link up.
Yeah, we'll be at the parade for that. Arteta's staying another 5 years. The news is from Romano is regardless of results, he's staying.
It's not about Arsenal right now. Let's just keep it Chelsea. Okay? Yeah. Don't try to do this.
This is linked. This is linked because
no, it's not linked because Ten hasn't given his thoughts yet. So let's not go to the Arsenal slander yet and all of the Arteta happiness that you're going to try and bring me. This is what I'm saying. Like all that bubble shit is for Sunday's game. You hear what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, but no, as for this season, it's been a terrible season.
Yeah.
And we'll see. We'll see what happens in the summer. The summer's going to be really big in regards to what Chelsea is going to be in the future. So
looks good as well because Liam Delap looks like he could be heading to Newcastle.
Oh,
we'll see.
I'm honest,
Newcastle are dumb enough to keep Eddie Howe around, so they'll probably be dumb enough to get Delap.
Yeah. All right, before I get Ten's thoughts on you, man, your shit team, big up H, yeah? Congratulations on Aston Villa getting to a Europa League final. Unai Emery, we all know Unai Emery is going to win it for them, yeah? And that's 3 English clubs in all 3 European Cup competitions in a final. Yeah, so do you know what? Yeah, big up all the English clubs that made it. You know what I'm saying? And I would say commiserations to the one that didn't, but fuck all the rest of you. You hear me? Yeah, you pussy holes. Yeah, hold that. Ten, what's your thoughts before I go on to Ravi's questions, my brother?
On Chelsea, I think obviously they've only the season was still, within sight of they could do something until the first leg of PSG. I think since then it's been downhill. Obviously, in between the 2 PSG games was losing to us. And then obviously restarted, I believe, Chelsea's 5 losing game run in the Premier League without scoring. And then obviously the rest is history. So I think as both of them said, I think it's only probably the cup final, which I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea win, I'll be honest. But if Chelsea don't win, I think it all depends what happens in whoever finishes whatever position. But if Chelsea are on in Europe, then that's not going to be good for the owners because it feels like back almost 3-4 years ago they spent a lot of money on players, and then it worked. They won the Conference League, made it to Champions League, won the Club World Cup, which kind of you could say justify the amount of money they spent that time. But if they don't get any form of because if they win the FA Cup, they get Europa League, so that's at least some way of getting into the Champions League if the league season is as bad as it is next season.
Yeah.
Considering that we've now had 3 English teams make the final in the past 2 seasons, I believe. So I think for Chelsea, the thing is that I know the FA Cup final is like 3 days before they play Spurs, so that could be what would be the I kind of hope Chelsea win the Spurs game, just so that there's a chance they go down. But yeah, I think the FA Cup. I think that's the season. I think they'll probably lose to. Actually, no, it's Liverpool. Like it's typical Liverpool. They'll somehow also drop points, so that could end like 1-1, like the Liverpool Spurs game it was a while back. That can end 1-1 or maybe 1-0 to Liverpool. But I think it's all about the cup final for Chelsea. If they don't win it, then okay, they'll beat Spurs. Hopefully, they win their final game of the season. Hopefully. But yeah, I think it's the cup final or bust. Because I feel like if, let's say, they don't win the FA Cup, they're not in Europe, assuming, then they would then in a way, what would the next upcoming manager, whoever that may be, what's the what do you call it, I wouldn't call it the purpose, but like what's the the enticing thing about managing Chelsea, because if we're going to say
like the excitement of managing Chelsea or the
yeah, because like now you look, Maresca, look what happened to Maresca after he got sacked or whatever, and then obviously you saw Wilsinha, he then leaves and all that. Like it will be a tough job whoever gets the Chelsea job. So yeah, I think I could see them winning the FA Cup just because why not? Because if Man United won the FA Cup a couple years ago when they were bad, then so can Chelsea. But yeah, I think overall it's
solid Arsenal, remember? So
hang on, you said it wasn't about Arsenal at the minute.
You know what? Yeah, touche, little shit. Yeah. This is where you gotta love Chelsea. So what I'm saying, come to do like an RKO, stun motherfucker. But yo, I hear that 10. I just hope that it's gonna be more misery for Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? Or proper Chelsea. You get me? Question for the Chelsea lot from Rav or from the Chelsea crew. How do you reduce your wage bill? Stop buying players like an electoral for one, but no, go on.
To be honest, the wage bill isn't a problem. That's one of the good things they've done. I think the only player that's not worth what he's on is Fofana, and I want him to be sold because obviously after 200, I think, because he was bought in he was on 200 because he was bought in the first summer when we had Bowley, and he gave him what's it called, Sterling, Koulibaly, and a couple others dumb wages. But ever since then, everyone else is on cheap wages. The reason why we can sell players a lot is because they're on really low wages, and because a lot of teams think, it may be a Chelsea problem, we can fix them. Like Arteta, he likes to fix our players. A lot of other clubs like to do that. They have this magical mindset that they can fix these scrub dubs. I don't know why, but they.
One second. You want to say other clubs can fix some scrub dubs? You lot bought Garnacho, knowing what he is. Okay, people don't actually understand how bad that is, because at least with players like Sterling and so forth, because they've been good previously, you can see why a club will try to take them off certain people's hands. Yeah, like even Havertz when he was in Germany previously, there is no information of Garnacho being good, but you lot bought him, and you want to say taking scrubs off people's hands. Pot calling the kettle black. Let's not do this, bro.
We had to trust the process.
Well, first of all, you just mentioned one player. I could name a grocery list of players that you took it off us.
Yeah.
Okay. We can go ban for ban.
Yeah, but then we can go ban for ban. Yeah, Dallas was good. Yeah, at one stage, right? Who was it?
Or what Mr. Turnaround? I can't see the
No, no, no,
penalty and cry.
no.
That guy.
I get it, but at one
Number
stage
10 on
he,
the shirt.
no. The funny thing is, at one stage he was actually good. So let's not try to.
Yeah, he was good at Chelsea.
Yeah, he was good at Chelsea. Yeah,
Yeah, he
and
was.
France. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So he was good at some stage. Yeah,
Yeah,
Benayoun was good at Liverpool. So there's documentation of certain players being good, right? David Luiz was good at PSG, decent and Brazil, and he was good at man. Yeah, Czech was good. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these are older players, but Garnacho, there's never been no data of him being good ever. Now tell me a player that you lot sold us that was totally shit.
Kai Havertz was shit when he sold him.
No.
Madueke as well.
Madueke, yeah, I get that. Madueke, Kai Havertz in Germany was decent. Do you know what I'm saying?
The thing is, being in Germany and being in the Premier League is two different things.
No, I refuse to hear that. I refuse to hear that. Should tell you why? Because
Why?
season in, season out, right? German teams beat English teams. People need to start respecting German teams a lot more.
I only respect Bayern Munich. I don't respect the rest of them. He was at Leverkusen.
Yeah, fair enough. I get it.
That's the only German team that beats English teams is Bayern Munich. The only French team that beats English teams is PSG. The only Spanish teams that beat English teams are Atletico, Barca, Madrid, and the rest of these European teams. They ain't beating English clubs. That's why you got an English team in Conference League final, an English team in the Europa League final, an English team in the Champions League final. Why? Because unless it's the top elite European teams, they ain't doing it. Who knocked out Forest? Villa.
Now. Let's not be disingenuous now. Because the last few seasons, right, English teams weren't even getting to the quarterfinals of anything. You got to remember, the only reason why they made a Conference League was to help out the shit.
I mean, West Ham won a conference. West Ham won it.
I said, the shit. Yeah, but we can move on from there. This is what I'm saying. Yeah, because teams are struggling to get anywhere and a little money grab, right? That's why they made that. In the last few seasons, like apart from Chelsea winning it, piece of shit up the road, fucking Man United. I hate you still. I'll never forget that. Giving them
Europa League? Yeah, the Europa League.
Yeah. Apart from that, before then, English teams weren't winning it. This is what I'm saying. It was the Leverkusen that was getting to the semi-finals. This is why I said, like, there's certain players that okay, cool. Certain players that, okay, we bought some of Arsenal's rejects. Madueke, yes, I get that. Yeah, because Madueke, there was no data of him being good. But I think there's a difference between good and limited. Garnacho was just shit. Like, literally, no matter what players you sold me, you can never compare them to Garnacho because Garnacho is a different level of shit. And when he doesn't get his own way, what does he do? Leak the team sheet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got time for that shit. That pussy out. But so go on. It's Chelsea's team.
And Kepi you got as well.
Yeah, but there's been data of him being good or just decent.
There wasn't any data.
Or decent. Okay, all right then. Do you know what it is? Yeah, at least he saved penalties to put you through to a next round. Yeah, even though he had a little tantrum, there's still data of him being decent. Tell me a match where you could be like, do you know what, Garnacho was the man of the match or consecutively.
Yeah, but one player doesn't make the rule. That's an outlier.
No, that's an outlier. Yeah, but then the thing is, when I'm saying data,
that's the thing. That's how bad of a signing Garnacho was. He is the outlier to Chelsea football. In general, to football in general. That's how bad that was.
Arsenal looking at him as well. Arsenal were looking at Garnacho.
Big up Vigilant. Fuck you.
Allegedly, big up Vig. But no,
Chelsea. Fuck you.
No, but we'll get back on the ship.
Yeah, go on.
In regard to the wage bill, our wage bill's fine. That's not going to be an issue. That's why we sell players like the way we do. As I said, Fofana's the only one on dumb wages, and he needs to go expeditiously because ever since he came back from injury, he hasn't been the same. Unfortunately.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, big up my little miss in the chat each and every time. Yeah, big up. Yeah. Okay. There's another question from Ravi out here. Yeah. Question for King and Chels. Thoughts? How can you beat Liverpool and your bench being hella thin than Rizla.
We ain't beating Liverpool.
Are we talking about silvers, blues, or greens?
We are not winning.
Why? Why not Chelsea?
Because I haven't got the courage no more. I ain't got the courage. And with all these wingers out, I'm sorry, it's going to... You just know the lineup is going to be tossing at the back with Badashili alongside him. Probably Gusto as the right back. Potentially Hatto, because you're going to also think that they probably end up resting players for the FA Cup final. It'd probably be Liam Delap up front, João Pedro on the wing potentially. Yeah, it's not looking good. I think it's going to be an absolute smashing. And I know Liverpool got a few players out as well, but you can get past our defence, you're winning.
Yeah, but I heard Isak's back.
Is he? I thought he was out again.
Yeah, I think he's out.
Yeah, he's out. Salah's
sure?
out.
TK's out as well, I think.
TK's out. I think the only player that I'm worried about is the one that they came from our club, Rio. That's the only attacking player that looks good for them. But they'll win anyway. They'll probably win 1-0 or something like that. Listen, it's going to be a dead game in terms of to watch because there's not going to be attacking talent on the field at all. All the good attacking talent. The only player that we have that going forward is João Pedro. The only player they have is Rio because the rest of their stuff is draw. So or their manager doesn't use Chiesa at all. So it's going to be Gakpo down the middle, Rio on the left, and then we're probably going to put Frimpong right wing again. Because for some reason he doesn't want to use Chiesa.
But Salah fit.
No, he's out. He's out for the rest of the season.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Yeah, is that for this season? He's played his last.
Yeah.
I think they said he's going to come back for the last game of the season or something like that. That's what I heard.
I'll probably come on like for 10 minutes just to get clapped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a.
Evening Standard said once
game.
Second. All right, King, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Evening Standard said that injury surprise boost for Isak. They're saying that he's back.
Oh.
Evening Standard.
Good for them. Good for them.
So this is why I said, yeah, he's gonna come. You know what I'm saying?
He'll probably score a second. They'll probably be 1-0 up. Come on, like 15 minutes to go, score a second. That probably will happen.
Okay, I heard that. All right, 10. Do you think that Chelsea's got any hope against the mighty Liverpool, the mighty Red? Big upside, brother. Big upside.
Yeah. To be honest, this sort of game, like Liverpool already secured top 5. I'll be honest. Chelsea, maybe they finish Europa or conference on the league or whatever. I think this game kind of reminds me. It was like a few years ago. I forgot what was the scoreline, but it was the season where Chelsea finished 12th and Liverpool finished like 5th by the end of that season. Like there was that one game that both teams played and ended like 1-1 or 0-0 or something. So I could see something like that, like a draw or something. I don't think both teams are that good. I just think for Chelsea, they'll look ahead to the FA Cup final, just smash and grab, win in that one. And for Liverpool, just get it over the line, top 5 right now. Doesn't really matter if they finish 4th, 5th, or whatever. So yeah, I think this is not going to. I hope it's high scoring just because there will be goals, but I don't think it'll be that good. Maybe like 0-0, 1-1, 1-0 to whoever it is. That's what I think. I'll go with a draw. 1-1.
You go with a draw. Okay.
1-1.
All right, then. Let me ask a question out here. Who's had a worse season, Liverpool or Chelsea?
Liverpool.
Why?
I know they'll finish higher than Chelsea most likely in the league, but at the start of the season or when the transfer window closed, I mean, how many at the time good players they signed? What Verts, Kirkes, I don't want to say a specific guy, but that guy.
The Swedish brother.
Yeah, Alexander, not great. And maybe a few others I can't really think. But yeah, even Sai saying Liverpool. I think, damn, 19 games. But yeah, I think the reason why I'm saying Liverpool is the expectation of Liverpool was at the start of the season, retain the Premier League title because, well, they were Premier League champions and just spent however much money it was. Champions League, I mean,
450 billion, 450 million.
Yeah. 450 million. Win the Champions League because, I mean, they, built one of the best squads at that time in August, September time. And the first 5-6 games of the season, they won all of those games by the late goal or whatever. And people were saying at that time, oh, just wait till it clicks for Liverpool. But then it was actually the complete opposite when it hit, I believe it was the Chelsea game. That's when they started that bad run, the first bad run they had. They lost to Galatasaray and all those teams. And the reason why I'm not saying Chelsea is because, yeah, they were Club World Cup champions, but no one was expecting Chelsea to win the Premier League. I did say, okay, but top 4, I think I said 4th or whatever. But I also thought, okay, this was under Maresca. I thought maybe Chelsea could actually do something in the Champions League with Maresca, but obviously they changed manager, and then you saw what happened there. I think Chelsea would not be in this where they are right now if they didn't let Maresca go at that time. Because I think had they kept Maresca up until now, I think Chelsea would be maybe competing with Villa, Liverpool, United for that top 5 spot like they were 2 months ago. I wouldn't say maybe make the Champions League final, but maybe make it past last 6. Maybe they give a game to PSG instead of losing 8-2, for example. Because I think with Maresca, I think they would do better against PSG than what Rosinha did over 2 games against PSG. But also, no one was expecting Chelsea to win the Premier League, whereas people, or even in a way, the Champions League. But that's another thing. But people had Liverpool winning the Premier League. Not many people said Arsenal. Or some people said Arsenal, Man City.
No one said Arsenal. Only Arsenal sexuals said Arsenal. Not people on my side, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but almost everyone on the internet was saying Liverpool to win because of the money spent. So this, in a way, I wouldn't say it will be happening the same thing. But look at Madrid. Not this past summer, but the summer they signed Mbappe. They just won the Champions League. La Liga.
We're gonna talk about him soon.
But yeah, and then I know what has recently happened. But I think it's now feels like a sort of I wouldn't call it a learning thing, but if you spend a lot of money on very good talent, it has to work. I feel like immediately. Otherwise, you see the results of Madrid the past 2 seasons now and Liverpool this season, where I feel like what I said about Liverpool last season was the reason why they won the Premier League is it was a club team with a new voice, that being Slot. Now, this is a Slot team with the same voice, in a way. So I still think Liverpool have to, almost every team has to rebuild, but Liverpool, I think, still have to fix the defense because at some point, Van Dijk, Konate is not going to carry you in 2 years, for example, as good as they were
They're not
8.
even carrying them now, bro. All he's doing is twerking. That's the only thing he's carrying. His hands when he's in the air,
Yeah.
like it's like, hey, look at me. That's what he's doing, bro.
And then obviously this will be what next season will be the first season without Mo Salah for after like almost 10 years. So what's that going to be like? Well, we're seeing this season Salah not performing well. This is what's happening with Liverpool. If they bring in a player as good as Salah or can contribute as much as Salah did, like throughout the time, whoever they sign, I don't know who that is, then maybe Liverpool can be back to what they were, like winning the Premier League or whatever. But I think the drop off of Salah and then now letting go of Salah, I don't know what to expect from Liverpool next season.
Oh.
Maybe like top 5 again, but to compete for the Premier League, I think things have to fall into place for them. I feel like, because I think last season it was just like, hey, let's try it out, and then bang, the first 5 months of the season real good, and Man City dropped a form. Arsenal kind of dropped a little bit at the start of last season, and then everyone was just inconsistent except Liverpool. But now, I feel like next season, if Liverpool are like in this almost same exact position or worse, then do they like? Well, they have. Well, I hope they keep him, but they should be sacking on a slot if they're in this sort of situation next season around this time, because with the amount of money they spent, I'll be honest, I know they haven't done well this season, but next season, I'll be honest, with the squad they technically have and who they might bring in, they should be winning the Premier League, or I vote Premier League or Champions League, because that was the expectation last season, and you shouldn't. And for Liverpool fans, they shouldn't change it for next season. And if they fail again, then obviously I want them to keep on the slot, but they should sack him. I would say so. That's why I think Liverpool season's worse than Chelsea, because I think Chelsea was both were self-inflicted, but I think Chelsea would not be where they are now if they didn't let Maresca go. I think they would still be maybe not like top 2 or whatever, but like maybe 6,
Top
7.
5.
Yeah, like
Slightly seventh.
competing around there at least, I would say, and not
Okay.
have to rely on the FA Cup final to get into Europe more or less. I would say that.
Okay, I hear you. I hear what you're saying, but for me to break it down, all I heard was no Trent, no Salah.
Oh yeah,
That's all I heard. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But Chelsea, who do you think has had a best or had a worse season, Liverpool or Chelsea, and why?
It's hard because I see what he was saying with regards to Liverpool with the players that they've brought, etc. And Chelsea had a half decent start to the season, and that's what I was saying, that if Chelsea hadn't had that, if we'd started the season terrible, we'd be in the same situation as West Ham and Tottenham right now. But I don't know, because I suppose I'd have to say Liverpool, just for the fact of the players that they've brought. They should be trying to retrain their title, but they're not Man City.
Shots fired! Shots fired!
And that's what I told Rav the other day. I said because he was moaning about it. I said, but you're sitting fourth. I said, you've secured Champions League. I said, Chelsea are not, by the looks of it, not even securing Conference League, let alone any other trophy. I said, and he said, but we won the title. And I said to him, but you're not Man City. You can't like just rely on you win a trophy and then expect to do it the following season. But with the players that they brought, they should be competing still. But yeah, I'll say Liverpool.
Okay, I hear that. That's a fair point. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't actually disagree with that either. Like, see, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, people. Make sure you're smashing the likes. Make sure you're subscribing, my peoples. King, who's had a better season or a worse season? Yeah, Liverpool, Chelsea, and why?
I don't know, because the thing with Liverpool is their summer was it was a great summer, but they I don't know if they're bored or who their sporting director. I don't know if he's an idiot or not because they needed centre backs. They got into the season with three centre backs, and one of them being Joe Gomez, who turned into Ice Spice. Uh, and then Van Dijk turned into Van Twerker, and then Konate was half dreaming about Madrid. And then your wingers, you sell Diaz and you don't replace him, and you think that going into a season with Gakpo as your starting left wing is the way to go. That's dumb. You pretty much regressed your attack. Salah regressed himself. Then he had a whole conversation. Then he had a whole interview. Man did a whole, you know, Piers Morgan, Cristiano Ronaldo thing about the club and that. And you still kept him around. Should have been gone in January, to be honest with you. I would have got rid of him then and there. And then Slot, the manager, should go as well, to be honest with you. I think they both should have gone. But they finished top 5, or top 4, top 5. They're going to be in Champions League next season. So they have a positive outlook if they can make the right moves in the summer. On Chelsea, on the other hand, if we don't win the FA Cup, we're going to finish probably 14th, 15th, if that. I don't really see us winning many games to the end of the season. And if we lose the FA Cup final, for me, in terms of worst season, would be Chelsea. Because for me, I don't really care about how much money you spend. Because in the end of the day, we spent 2 billion. So if you want to go money ban for ban, we can't really talk to anyone about how much they spent in one summer. We've been spending money like that for years now. So in terms of overall aspect of the season, Chelsea would have had the worst season because not only did they get rid of their best manager in the Blueco era for personal reasons, because he told you idiot sporting directors to get centre backs when we needed centre backs, and then you brought in light skinned man with a fade. Then you brought in old McDonald had a farm. You lost 6 games in a row, which not even United lost 6 games in a row with Scammering. Not even United lost 6 games in a row with Scammering. So we did something that was historically bad in terms of 5 losses in a row with no goals scored. Had to score a worldie just to even get a goal in the 6th game. So it could have been 6 games with no goals scored. So ideally, if the season ends with what, let's say worst case scenario, we don't win a game for the rest of the season. It's categorically worse than Liverpool because our whole summer's fucked. Because one of the things is because they've spent so much money, and the deal that we made with Champions League is that we need to make certain amount of money in terms of FFP and that. So without European football at all, that fucks over the whole summer. That fucks over the type of managers we can get. That fucks over the type of players we can get. So, yeah, I think Chelsea would have had a worse season because Liverpool have the chance to fix it. They can get a new manager in. They can get new players in because they're still in Europe. They're still a team that has the potential to compete because they don't need miracle workers. They need a couple wingers and a couple centre-backs. It's not. And this version of Salah is easily replaceable because he's been dog water. He hasn't done anything. I don't remember the last time he registered a GNA for Liverpool. So replacing him, I mean, you can just get any bum off the street, from Hackney Downs or somewhere, and you replace them enough. So
but
reality is Mo can go to Saudi or somewhere or go to Italy and have a good rest of his career because he's just not Prem ready anymore. And then with Van Dijk, get some young centre backs in that he can teach them for the final year before he fucks off, and then you're good. Liverpool are good for the future. Chelsea's future is no hope. So yeah, I would say Chelsea's season's worse because it has long lasting effects rather than Liverpool is a situation that can turn around very easily if they get their sporting director's leaving in the summer, so their ownership needs to get a proper sporting director, replace 3-4 players in, and they will win a Premier League next season very easily. Because it's not even tough to win the Premier League. I mean, Arsenal on top of the table, so anybody can win it.
Okay. Okay, you see, he always does his shot about Arsenal when it like, you know what I'm saying. But you know what? It's I'm not even gonna bite that bait. Man's out here, fam. Yeah, people in the chat, make sure you like and subscribe. And make
Uh,
sure you subscribe to Kim Academy 10. Bro, how do you actually say your name? Because I keep butchering
Oh,
it.
10 datum for the
10
channel
datum.
name, but 10.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's 10, but 10 datum. Yeah, and proper Chelsea. You know what I'm saying? 94. Okay, who do I think has had a worse season? This is a tough one. I can say both, to be honest. They're both as bad as each other. Liverpool, you see, with me, because Liverpool won the league and how they won the league last season, and even though they didn't buy any defenders, which was stupid, and this is something that Sai showed me as well. They 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 overhyped the money that they spent on the players that they bought. This is what I'm saying. I have to leave Isak out of this one simply because he hasn't played enough games to fail yet, right? Because of injury. So I'm not going to talk about him too much. I'm more want to focus on Wirtz and Ekatike and Frimpong because those three were supposed to be their marquee signings, right? Ekatike looks good, but he doesn't show up against big teams, and that's a massive problem, right? People could turn around and say that with all three of the players that I mentioned, this is their first season. But this is their first season in a team that just won the Premier League. And when you win the Premier League, right, and you have such a major drop off, it's not just a drop off by performance, they're losing games badly as well. They're not really creating much. It's just more scramble, hopeful ball that they're playing. Like before, I could tell you a style of play that they had. Now I can't actually pinpoint what they are actually trying to do. Whether that's the manager, whether the fact that the players that's in the team and all the rest of it. Yeah, big up Prime. Yeah, and it's hard for me to categorize or even say certain things simply because, like, with Liverpool, I'm not, I just think that they're falling from grace, especially because they won the season, they won the league last season. We all heard that Wirtz is one of the best number 10s in the league. I mean, in the world, right? He's going to be the one to surpass De Bruyne, right? And maybe because he came with too much hype to the league, and like I said, players that I've mentioned before, this is their first season. So are we judging them on their basis of their first season, or are we looking at the names that they bought? But for me, it's more of a thing of, you see, Liverpool, they kind of had a spine already. All they did was like little additions because their spine, in sense, really was the keeper, Van Dijk, and Salah. Let's just say it as that. That's supposed to be the leaders in their team. All three of them have looked horrible this season. That's the problem. Yeah. With Chelsea, I understand that for me, I understand that Chelsea under Todd Bowley, he's playing this kind of money ball, like I do what the fuck I want very badly kind of thing, buying Garnacho, not buying a proper keeper. Yeah. And I know like proper Chelsea likes black guys, but I don't think he's so horrible. He's not a black guy that she would even date. That's what I'm saying. That's how
That's
bad he
crazy.
is.
That's crazy. I know you like black guys, but why do you like Garnacho? That's crazy.
I don't. That's the thing, Prime. I do not like Garnacho. Don C's a fraud, and he's trolling.
You like Gallagher, so you might as well like Garnacho.
Jeez.
Yeah, but Gallagher's the only
Yeah.
white guy I like.
You also like the laugh, no?
No, that's her boyfriend. That's her boyfriend.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
So
saying? Yeah,
Garnacho, the
that's
laugh,
good.
Trolls.
Gallagher, it's the same thing. Really.
No, man, but what I'm saying is it's hard for me to put my finger on it because we could all see the 3-4 for Chelsea. But what I couldn't see was this Liverpool thing. You know what I'm
Did they
saying?
overachieve last season, or are they underperforming now?
I don't think they overachieved. I think they were the best out of everyone else. And to be honest, as long as you win the league, you're the best of everyone else because they
No,
had
no,
the
no. I'm
squad
not
to
saying
win the
they
league.
didn't deserve the league.
Mm,
That obviously they deserved. I'm not discrediting the title. I'm saying
mm,
like you've had 2 seasons, 2 very polarizing seasons. So
mm.
is last season Liverpool's true level, or are we seeing their true level now?
It's hard, like I said, it's hard to say because when you lose players like Diaz, Jota, God rest his soul, and a Trent, that does a lot for your team because that's a lot of attacking threat. That's a lot of attacking threat. You know what I'm saying that they're missing because each and every single one of them could get you quite a few GA out here. Right?
True, but
So,
remember
so
the conversations about Diaz the past couple of seasons. The guy's not
yes,
good.
no, but
Jota
then yeah,
was half the
he's in
season
and
he
out of the
spent
team.
injured. The other
Yeah,
half he would be coming off the bench, and
yeah,
you're fine. Trent creative wise is a big miss, but
yeah,
you cover that by signing Vert and Frimpong, and Salah's the
yeah,
best Premier League goal ever. So
yeah, yeah. I know this, yeah, and this is why I said are we putting it down to their first season or the hype that they came with? And me personally, I'll put it down to the hype that they came with. It's like when you want, it's hard because when you're and my choice is Liverpool people, right? If you didn't know, the reason why I'll say it's Liverpool is because these players came with a reputation. Yeah, it's not their fault that they cost this much, but when you come with a reputation and you fail, yeah, it's always going to be seen. Like it's like Garnacho. We all knew what Garnacho was, so like none of us was expecting him to bring who is it Chelsea into the title just like the lap.
don't do
Like
that.
we
Don't do
we
that. There were Chelsea fans saying he's a brilliant squad player. Don't do that.
yeah, but they're idiots in it. Like um
Most Chelsea fans are idiots.
yeah, no, the ones that was saying that.
You
Big
you
up second
spoke
like
you
a
spoke
boom.
you spoke to Voch.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
You spoke to Fatter. Listen, big up
He's an
Fatter. He's my
idiot.
friend. But
Yeah.
exactly.
Big up
So
Fats, and
you
he's a
spoke
fucking
to
idiot.
you've heard Chelsea Don and the takes he comes up with.
Come on, man. That's the biggest idiot of them all, blood. He's the leader of the idiots.
Fofana is comparable to Gabriel.
Yes, he's an idiot. Is what I'm saying. But do you know what? Yeah, I'm tired of talking about idiots. Look, right. Basically, for me, Liverpool, Wirtz is a joke. You know what I'm saying? And I've been calling him out all year. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I'm glad people are actually seeing what I'm seeing now. He's a joke.
Crazy because Verts had a couple of a good form for a few weeks, and Dante was like,
Yeah,
"Hey, he's playing well," and then he went back
yeah,
to being shit.
yeah. But the thing is, he was shit. But then even a shit player can have 3 good games. But 3 good games out of, let's say, just in the Premier League now, yeah, 30, what was it, 32 games. You know what, week
Garnacho's not
35,
had
right?
3 good games for Chelsea.
Yeah, but then you know his level. You know what I'm saying? At least with Wirtz, I wouldn't say you spent 150 million for 3 good games. You get
Yeah,
me?
sure.
We're not gonna say that. Yeah. So like for me, it has to be Wirtz. I mean not Wirtz, it has to be Liverpool. For me, is the worst, is the worst out of the two. Simply because what they've bought and what they've won previously. It's like, let's put it this way: the league trumps the Club World Cup, in my opinion, and the Conference League. You hear what I'm saying? Over 38 games, the teams that you're playing in, you know what I'm saying? It is that. And the fact that they supposedly made their team better after losing like a few players. You get me? But then their performances have been poor. Like they've had their worst losing run in history, in like 100 years or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They
Um,
they they they,
I
they
hear
okay,
that with
but
Liverpool.
yeah,
Chelsea haven't won a game in the Prem in 4
Since the
months.
4th of March.
Yeah.
but you got the lap up front. You got
No, this
Garnacho.
is
What,
with
what you
João
expecting?
Pedro. This is with João Pedro.
Took us over 300 minutes to get a goal.
Yeah. We've not, barring the game against,
Damn, I
who
didn't even
did
know
we
that.
score against
Damn.
Forest? Yeah, we've not kept a clean sheet since January, end of January. Yeah,
Damn.
so
Yeah, I think you're right. I know
we
our
got
last Premier
battered.
League win was the 4th of March, which was over 2 months ago.
We got battered by a Forest B team. who were rotating for the Europa League semi-final. Spurs played a Villa rotated side and they beat them. But we couldn't beat a rotated Forest side who are in a relegation battle.
And you know
Oh,
it's
you
bad
said-
when Tottenham have a better form currently than Chelsea because they haven't lost their last 3 games.
They've won 2 on the. They've not Amarim. What's his name? Deserves to achieve the back-to-back wins in 4 games. We've not scored in back-to-back games.
Oh yeah, people. Prime's a Chelsea fan. Just to let you know.
Well, hey, loosely.
No,
Don't say
but the
that.
thing is, yeah, you're saving your best form to play Spurs. This is why you gave
No, we're not.
Forest a free hit.
We're not beating Spurs. We're not
Okay,
beating Spurs.
let's change this up. What happens if you don't beat Spurs? If you don't get your regular 6 points?
I mean, listen, the Spurs aren't my person. I don't care about Spurs, but the fan base will implode. Well, you face Liverpool today, which I'm not going to wake up for. We have a cup final against City, which we're also going to lose. And then we play Spurs, which is our last home game, which in theory we could relegate them. That's losing those 3 on the bounce in that sort of way. Yeah, and that's our last home game. Yo, if we don't beat Spurs, Chelsea fans need to riot. You need to riot at the pitch.
I seriously can't see us beating Spurs, and I really can't. And I honestly think it'd be like a 3-1 win or something as well. Ridiculous.
Yeah. And John C, have I not been saying this for a good few weeks? We're not going to beat Spurs.
Yeah,
this
you
is
have.
even with Rosenior. These guys are not getting up for anything.
All right, blessing to Flawless for the raid. Yeah, big up Flawless
Big up
each and
Flawless.
every time. Like the Cravendale. What's
Was
it? The
Flawless a
Cravendale
Spurs
general.
fan?
Yeah, he loves Spurs, man. Spurs.
He's a snow bunny hunter, so he is.
Yeah, he's a Man United fan. But if it ain't right for him, it ain't right. This is what I'm saying. So for him, it's Spurs. It's his words, not mine. You know what I'm saying? He's a Cravendale vampire.
Cravendale cartel.
Like he's the original snowman before Mike Jones. You get what I'm saying?
So in theory, Flawless is the biggest fraud going then.
Well, he loves Spurs, so that's it's Spurs' his side bitch. You hear what I'm saying? Like me, I don't have sides. You get me?
He doesn't love Spurs. He loves the fact that they're white. You know,
if it's good snow, he'll go.
If Arsenal played in white, he'd love Arsenal. He would hate Arsenal. If Arsenal played in white, he'd love Arsenal. Trust me.
Yeah.
He has no reason to love Spurs. Barring the fact that Spurs play in white, what reason does he have to love them?
And look, H says it like he's from South London. He supports United. You know, typical London man support United. You know what I'm saying? And he's a Spurs fan.
Yeah, but if you're from South London, supporting Spurs still makes no sense. There's other teams in the South. There's better teams.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Crystal Palace, the Palace, and where they go, we follow. Whoa. No, man, big up, man.
Palace can win a European trophy this century before Arsenal. It's crazy.
Yep, they can. This is what I'm saying, but we'll see what one, and we'll talk about that very soon, my friends. Yeah, let's just stick it, keep it on Chelsea. This is what I'm saying. All of these frauds
Chelsea, we're not winning a game.
Okay,
I thought we'd be able to beat Spurs. Like that might be our only game a couple of months ago. But then I started, why are you crossing your fingers?
I hope you win against Spurs.
Newcastle don't like Spurs either.
No, I just want to see what would happen if they go down. I don't really mind Spurs. I just like to see what would happen. But yeah.
See, for me, I would rather see West Ham. I can't stand West Ham with so much. I could say so much about West Ham. I would rather them go down than Spurs.
Calcium connoisseur, ski scope soldier. What? The ski scope soldier?
Yeah, ski slope soldier, winter walker, lactose leader. This is what I'm saying. Fucking hell. If it if it's vanilla, hey, it's for him. This is what I'm saying.
The calcium conqueror.
He's the black keys on the keyboard. This is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? It's surrounded by ivory. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying, bro? Let's see this all day long. But people, make sure you're subscribing to Flawless. I know you all already, but anyone that's listening to this after the fact, make sure you're subscribed to Sarcasm City TV and blessings for the raid, my brother. Blessings for the raid. To be honest,
I know you
West
want
Ham.
us to beat Spurs. Obviously, you want us to beat Spurs. Do you actually think we will?
Yeah.
No. Do you actually think we will beat them? Bias aside. I know it's hard, but
No, the only reason why I think you will is because you always would beat them. It's just one of those things. When it comes to certain matches, form always goes out the window. And
but look,
what
the
reality
teams,
is what reality is.
even the bad Chelsea teams where we've always beaten Spurs. Look at those teams. We still had some leaders in those teams. We still had like players that would at least do the minimum and stand up. Those players weren't going on a bad run of form as bad as this. There's no fight. There's no fight whatsoever. And I think losing to Liverpool and City on the bounce, especially if they're big beatings, that could just cause a ripple effect. Spurs, by that point, they could have maybe 4 wins on the bounce, even though I don't think they're going to win their next. I mean, actually, they've won 2 on the bounce already. Yeah, if they win their next game, that's 3. Like, Spurs are on a good run. Why can't they beat us? They've got a better manager.
Because they're Spurs. And that's the thing, because sometimes the world just resets itself. It's like, how many times have you seen you lot go through bad form, and then when Spurs come around, you lot whoop their ass?
Not as bad as this. Not as bad as this.
Well, then it's more hope then.
This isn't. We are the worst team in this league. It's not Spurs anymore. It's Chelsea.
What?
We're the worst team.
Prime, who's going to get the winner against Chelsea Spurs? Who's going to get the winner?
Your boyfriend, Delap.
6 months ago, I wanted to go to this game to beat Gallagher because I thought he would get them relegated. If he bangs a winner against Chelsea, I'm finished.
Yikes.
I'm finished. Yeah. Yikes. And you know what's crazy? There's going to be a protest during the game. Chelsea fans are going to protest during the game in the 22nd minute. Everyone's going to stand up. No, in the ground, yeah. Everyone's going to stand up and turn around and chant anti-blue coat stuff because that was when they bought the club in 2022. Yeah, it's listen, this hopefully Spurs beat Spurs and they bottle it and it ends up being a draw. But I see them beating us, unfortunately.
I get that.
If they beat us and then Arsenal don't win the league and they lose the Champions League and Spurs stay up, Donsey is going to move, man. That's a trouble right there. That's a trouble of bad stuff on Donsey. Yeah. it's a trouble.
No. I'm not going to be that bad. You know what I'm saying? Chelsea. Ravi says, Don, ask Chelsea why she wants West Ham. She'd rather West Ham than Tottenham to go down.
So obviously, I know you've obviously got the fans, the Chelsea and Spurs fans, where they sort of have that rivalry. I can understand in a sense, but I hate West Ham more just for the fact of on a club basis how they treated Frank Lampard. And growing up, Frank Lampard was my idol, and so that's my main reason. The bigger reason, all my exes are West Ham supporters.
Well, you'd have to pick a minute.
And I can't do it no more, Don. So they have to go down.
Why are you choosing West Ham fans?
I bet they did. I'm sorry, come on.
Crazy.
Why? Because they don't tell me till after.
Crazy, Dante. Mad. This is why Dante only chooses at night, people.
I can't do it.
She didn't even hear you. That's the crazy thing. She didn't hear it.
So what did he say? The fucking fraud?
Nothing. I'll repeat it.
Okay. Excuse me, people.
They weren't black either.
That's not what he's. Yeah. It's crazy. It's crazy.
On that note, I've got to go.
All right, Charles, just rewind it like a minute before. It's all good, people. It's all cool, people. This is why this is the late night madness. This is what I'm saying, because anything can happen. Like this show is not for everyone. If it's not for you, fuck off. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it personal. You know what I'm saying? I hope you don't too. Yeah, but Chelsea, shout out your team, man. Manage and respect. Thank you for showing up.
No, you're welcome. Obviously, I'm quite new to YouTube, but this is my YouTube, Proper Chelsea 94. I will be a bit more active on this, and I will do a live stream very soon. I keep saying I will, and I promise you I will. But I do live streams on TikTok quite often.
Arsenal is the Champions League final.
No problem. No, no, I will do actually, yeah. And wear my Atletico shirt at the time being as well for that.
We already beat you like twice this season. Free that. Well, twice this season. Yeah, you can hold that fuck off.
But no, that is my channel, and on TikTok, I think it is Chelsea Talks Football. I'm sure it is. But no, thanks for having me on. I don't often catch, obviously, the late night ones because I'm normally in bed by 9 o'clock.
Yeah. Like I said, Chelsea, come on, man. You're gonna come on the show. She's like, yeah, of course. So big up Chelsea, man. Each and every time, make sure you like and subscribe to her on the road to 200 for her. So let's get her to 200 real quick, people. Come on, man. Remember what I'm always saying: liking and sharing, because sharing is always caring. And make sure you're subscribing. You hear what I'm saying, people? But thank you for turning up, your Chelsea. Like, yeah.
No worries. Big up to everyone, and enjoy your stream. See you later.
See you later. Bye.
It's crazy what you said.
What she said, she wants West Ham to go there. She had West Ham ex-boyfriend. Come on, man. Like,
that's why she
with
left,
me,
by the
one
way.
plus one is two.
why
Like,
she
with
left.
me, we always know 1 + 1 is 2, isn't it? Like, oh shit.
No, that was wild.
Like, you lot just got dirty minds in it.
What you said. So what did you mean then? Tell us what you meant. What did you mean?
I meant what I said, and I said what I meant. This is what I'm
Exactly.
saying. Reading between the lines.
Exactly. Child. What was such a child?
Yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying. This is what happens when you have children at young age, is what I'm saying. But it is what it is. Let's get back to business. What was you talking about, Chelsea? Yeah. So you see, for next season, what are your aspirations for next season?
What,
big up
Chelsea's?
Chelsea, can you hear us? Yeah, Chelsea, what's your aspiration for next season? Okay, forget what you would like to happen in it, because we all know what we all like to happen. What do you think is going to happen? Because the only reason I'm saying this is because the way you lot could possibly face the season is one of the worst league positions that you've had in the last, let's say, 10 to 15 years, considering you lot always say you've won it all, you've done it all, and all the rest of it. Where do you think, what do you think next season is going to bring you?
I don't know. Really depends on the manager. Honestly, I can't really tell you until they've finalized who our manager is going to be for next season, and how much control will he have in terms of the transfers, in terms of players sold and bring in. So at best, it could be a great season next year, because we will be playing. We'll be on the United Challenge, playing 40 games for the season, and it worked wonders for them. Probably have a couple cup runs, and then the Premier League, so we won't have to be worried about rotating Wednesday to Sunday or Thursday to Sunday. Especially considering if we don't win the FA Cup and where we will finish in the table, so it could be a great season next year. But then if we have a bad manager, it could get worse. So,
all right, who's your manager?
We don't have one.
We don't have one.
Okay, who's in the running? Because I've been hearing people saying that they would love Mourinho to come back, and I'm like, in 2026, are you not serious?
Mourinho's going to Madrid. In the running, supposed names brought up were Xabi Alonso, Fabregas, Areola, Marco Silva. I don't think there's any other names that I can think of. Yeah, that's it.
Huh. Emery.
Well,
No.
he's not under running, but I'd love Emery.
Marcelino.
I wouldn't want Emery. I don't think he's good in a big team.
Uh,
We're not.
But
We're not a big team, mate. So
yeah,
he's
but he's
perfect.
better he's great with younger players. Yeah, and one thing that you lot haven't got is steerability on the
Yeah.
field, and
If
that's the
I
one.
want a Europa League again, then I'll get Emery.
But
Yeah,
that's all we're doing. Like for me, I uh, I just if you get a manager like Emery and Glasner who can like consistently get us top four and they'll be able to win us a trophy like one maybe every season or every 2 seasons, then I guess because with these young managers like a Sesko or an Alonso, we saw with Maresca, they're still learning, so they're gonna make dumb decisions that you just have to accept.
yeah.
Gonna be certain games where you won't get wins because of, I guess, lack of experience or whatever. And plus, we're not gonna build a good squad, so you have the drawback of an inexperienced manager mixed with a poorly built squad. I and plus, I look at if Alonso comes to Chelsea, for me, it's a big red flag on him.
Mm.
Choosing to come to this mess is a massive red flag. When you're still young, and even though like you got sacked at Real Madrid, with the way they've turned to shit right now, everything looks great on you. Choosing a bad job at Chelsea is not a good look. So I don't know. The smart thing would be getting like a Glasner or something, but that won't happen. The only reason I'd accept Jose is because he'd cause chaos, and maybe Chelsea fans would all unite. But knowing what fans are like in 2026, there'd be Chelsea fans that would back Bluco over backing Jose, which is ridiculous. Iraola, we have.
He's linked to Madrid though. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure he's
that's
going to be
true.
in Madrid.
He's going there.
The
Iraola.
only. What
Yeah.
about Simeone? That might be enough. He's available in the summer. Ideally, I would want him. That would be the classic Chelsea manager for me.
I like
Okay, that's
Simeone.
good. That's another 6 points. Big up.
Okay. Oh, yeah, well, you won't get it from Spurs, so you might as well.
Yeah.
Simeone, I don't know, because part of me questions you're not at your best anymore, so I don't know. But
Okay, I hear that.
I'm also like these guys wouldn't bring Simeone. The type of guy Simeone is, these guys would stay away.
Why?
So,
Explain.
do you know the type of person Simeone is?
Yeah, it's a con. It's cool.
Yes, and this ownership wouldn't accept it.
Yeah, I hear
These
that.
guys were beefing with Maresca, and this guy doesn't like. This guy's not, as you said, CUNT. Like Maresca's not beefing with people, bro. He's Italian. He's quite cool and calm.
That's true.
So
That's
if you're
true.
falling
That's
out with
true,
him, if you're falling out with Tuchel, Potter, Poch, and Maresca, someone like Simeone would. He'd probably punch him or something. So like,
yeah, he's a bully in it. That's in like a two-star mode.
Yeah. We were linked with the Zerbi before Spurs got him. I don't really rate him highly, but I would have only said yes because Igbali actually likes the Zerbi, and my hope would have been the Zerbi could have got rid of the two sporting directors. But yeah, I don't. We're King is right. We could either have like a good season next year, in terms of like not being in Europe, so at least being able to get top four much easier. Or if we're in Europa, we could potentially win that. But I don't know. These guys could make another dumb appointment, and it could be more of the same as what we've seen in 2026. If you look at our form, it's like relegation form. We haven't won a game really in months. It's relegation form, and if we have the same next year, what a bad summer window, a bad manager, injuries to a few key players. Like what happened to Spurs not even last year. What's happened to Spurs this season? That's years of building a poor squad. You have a bad manager, and you have injuries to a few players. Like that can happen. And then who knows in the league if the relegation sides are as good this next season as they were this season, maybe we end up being drawn in there. Because Man United and Spurs should have been in a relegation battle last year, but the teams weren't as good, so they were fine. All it takes is that for it to happen, and I don't. That still won't be enough to wake up these blue coat guys. It still won't be enough. So yeah, you have people telling me that I'm blue coat in the middle. I'm waiting on the summer window. All right, man. But,
We have to wait though. We have to wait because they haven't got rid of the sporting directors yet. And also, the crazy thing about the Zerbi thing was, man was chilling, watching our last game in a box next to one of our sporting people who was from Brighton, having a chin wag in that. Yeah,
in Roman's box.
Man, having a chin wag, do not, scouting and that. I don't know what for, obviously for the game, but there's not really much to scout.
Don't you think about that? The Spurs manager was in an Arsenal box chatting with Arteta or whoever.
No, we're not doing that. Bro. No, I try not to. I'll try not to.
Speaking with Berta, imagine let's say if Simeone was a manager of one of the Premier clubs and he's speaking with Berta in the box before your game.
Yeah. No, that's bad. That's bad. Because you know what, right? We all know that these lot are talking to each other and they go to the same golf club or whatever it is. But don't do it in front of the cameras or in front of the fans. Because that's disrespecting the fans, in my opinion. Because rival clubs, they're rival clubs for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And we all know us fans, we take things very personal. Well, more 10 does, this is what I'm saying. People like 10 because he's just angry for no reason. Yeah?
If Sunderland were above me and I was Newcastle, I'd be pissed too. But I get it. You finally get oil money and Sunderland are above you. Ew. Disgusting.
Big up Sucker Junkie quickly. He says, congratulations on the UCL final, which we'll talk about in a bit. Just to let you know, I ain't rooting for your club. To be honest, no one outside Arsenal fans is rooting for Arsenal. I get it, people. Yeah. Big up you. I hope your club burns. You know what I'm saying? To the ground. But big up you, and I hope you and everyone else is okay. I think he's a Man United Sucker Junkie. You're a Man United supporter, aren't you? I swear down. Yeah, if he is, probably.
Is he a United fan like Flawless and Saeed?
Yeah, I think he's a United fan. Yo, Sucker Junkie, what's your team again? I know you told me before, but I forget things at times. It is what it is. You see with Chelsea, it's hard to put my finger on what's wrong because there's so many things that are wrong in that club. It's like, what's positive in Chelsea? 10, do you think anything positive in Chelsea?
The FA Cup final. Maybe they win it. And the Wembley curse? Technically.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually
FA Cup final.
Yeah, I know everyone here wants my team not to win, but let's try to stick to the fact. This is what I'm saying. We'll talk about Arsenal in a bit, but big up for each and every time. What's right about what's positive about Chelsea?
I guess apart from the FA Cup final, they're in London, maybe. I don't know. I think it's more just like, because I feel like if they're not in Europe, because it feels like it's either Europa League or nothing, and Europa League, it's not the Champions League, but I think if they're not in Europe, I think it just depends on who the manager is, because the season they were out of Europe, the Poch season, they finished 6th, and I'm probably expecting, maybe depends on who they get in as the manager. You probably are expecting Chelsea to finish around 5th, 6th, 7th, more or less. But in terms of positivity, I guess it just depends on who the manager is in the summer, and if they get rid of players that they should, and the players they bring in is, can get the ground running, then yeah, they can start the season well. But we kind of know eventually, maybe in December, January, February, Chelsea might have a dip in form before maybe ending the season in like fifth or sixth or whatever it may be by the end of it. So I think the only positive is that if they're out of Europe completely and just get everything right in the summer, then as King said, they can do well next season. But if they're in the Europa League and they bring in not a great manager or whatever, then it may not be good. But we'll see. We'll see. That's not much positivity
Ted,
as far
are
as I know.
you like Sunderland, right? Are you expecting a response from Newcastle in the summer after the season you and Sunderland have both had?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Don C, imagine imagine in a weird alternate world, Spurs were in a Champions League final. Would you expect Arsenal to respond in the summer?
Of course.
I
That's
don't.
a no-brainer.
So Arsenal could win a Prem and Champions League double this season. I don't expect Chelsea to respond anyway. I don't expect us to do anything to respond and fight against that.
But that's, like I said, what's going right at your club? Because we can all talk about what's going wrong. What do you think is going right at your club?
Nothing, because even the things that were going right, they've ruined it. Mamadou Sarr was having a brilliant development at Strasbourg, as was Rosignol. They've ruined it. Rosignol left in Jan. Mamadou Sarr got recalled to Chelsea. Rosignol, he was awful. He got sacked. Mamadou Sarr has only started about 3 games, maybe 4 all season since January for us.
Yeah.
Palmer, who was for world-class season 2 years ago, wasn't at his best last year, but at least still salvaged it by turning up in big moments and winning 2 trophies for us. He's been awful this year. The poster child of this project, Enzo Fernandez, he wants to leave.
Damn, 100 million want to leave.
Like, our captain is now injured again because the manager that was keeping him fit walked away. The only manager that's had success under Blue Coal in both clubs, by the way, Chelsea and Strasbourg, chose to walk away on New Year's Day. The first day of the new year, he walked. He didn't get sacked. He chose to walk. That's massive. People don't think that's massive red flags. How often do managers walk away? Even when a manager knows they're on the brink of getting sacked, they don't walk.
Yeah, because they want that payout.
Exactly. So the fact someone walked away, it's crazy. But people just accepted that and was like, oh, Maresca threw the team under the bus, yada, yada, yada. No, this team is shit.
Because that's so easy. So excuse me, people, because that's so easy to do and easy to say. It's just like, when you're talking football and when, as Vicarage said, serious conversations and all of that, a lot of people don't like having conversations. A lot of people just want to try and brush it underneath the carpet and blame someone else instead of the whole infrastructure. And that's what I believe it is. I think it's your whole infrastructure stinks. Because even when I said, what's good about Chelsea? What's a positive about Chelsea? What are they good at doing? I can't. Apart from Reece James and I can't even say Caicedo, because Caicedo the level has completely dropped.
Because he's playing on an island in midfield again. Reece James, he wasn't bought by this ownership. He's from our academy, and he was developed under, back in 2018, 2019. Funny enough, the reason why Reece James is the player that he is because he was playing with leaders like Thiago Silva and Azpilicueta, Jorginho, role players. Someone like Palmer, as much as fine, it's on him too. How have we helped him develop? How have we helped Enzo Fernandez develop? The big money star player of this project. We've not helped him develop at all. Not really. What have we done? What has his ownership done to actually push us forward? We had a real chance to capitalize in the summer. A real chance to like the fact that Arsenal are on course to do a Prem and Champs double, that could have been us this year. Because the Prem is not good this season, and Europe 2 is also not that good. If we had just bought in the few key areas, why couldn't we have done that? Or at least we could have done something to help stop Arsenal from doing that. Yeah, it's so annoying. So annoying.
Oh, it depends who you ask. I think it's beautiful. So,
Oh,
King.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up?
One final question to you. This is what I'm saying because I don't want to keep battering Chelsea like this.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. Actually, I do. Actually, I do. Who is your player of the season so far?
Oh my god.
Oh, player of the season. Like what?
Yeah.
For Chelsea or for?
No, for Chelsea. For Chelsea, just for Chelsea.
It's probably João Pedro. It's probably the only one that has been a shining light of a shit show.
Okay. Fair enough. What about yourself, Fred?
I don't care.
Ken, who do you think your player of the season for Chelsea is?
For Chelsea, from what I've seen, I guess what both of them said, Pedro, probably. I guess.
For me, it's Reece James when he's fit because he's always good. Anyway, like he's the only player. He's one of the few players right now that you could class as generational in the Premier League. He's just that good, in my opinion. When he's
signed the death row contract, he's going to end up like Gerrard. No Prem.
Yeah, but at least he hasn't slipped. So yeah, positives. He didn't slip. But let's 10. Talk to me about Newcastle because you lot had so much. Like I said before, you lot had so much big hopes after winning the Carabao Cup. Like you lot are like your kit's black and white, look like a zebra, but right now you're behaving like a donkey. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's happened to your team.
Well, at least this past weekend we've actually won a game, so at least that's something.
No need to flex that on us. Okay, relax.
But I mean, beating Brighton, yeah, fine. But it's more now about. It seems like the final 3 games, whatever happens. If we win all 3, fantastic. If we don't win all 3, meh. I don't expect us to get Europe again. It seems like I've said many times, it feels like a vicious cycle. One season we are very good, like we finished top 4 that one season, made the Carabao Cup final, and then last season we finished top 5, but that was Champions League spots and got a Carabao Cup, a trophy, and then the season in between we missed out on Europe. We were in the Champions League. This season we're in the Champions League. And we're likely not going to get any Europe. It feels like now this upcoming summer is probably the most, well, just based on what they're saying, like the journalists, what the club and everything is saying, is it's a rebuild. So plenty of players going. Hopefully, it really depends. Players coming in. In terms of players going out, the most notable one you see on Sky Sports and whatever, it's Anthony Gordon. I think he's leaving. And I wouldn't say, it's similar to the Isak situation, because for me, I don't really say Gordon is as, like, I wouldn't call, Isak now is not legendary, but at least Isak scored in a cup final. You know, Gordon played 0 minutes in the 2 cup finals we ended up playing in. So I'm fine with letting Anthony Gordon go. Like, he only really turns up in the Champions League nights. So if he goes to Bayern, I think that's okay. That's a good move for him, I'll be honest, because they seem like the most likely. Or I also saw Barcelona he was linked to. So whichever club it is, I'm fine letting Gordon go. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Before, after the World Cup, I don't mind. Um, Other players, I mean, I know what 2 3 days ago, unfortunately, Lewis Miley he broke his fibula on his right leg. I think so. He's out for the season. He just had surgery, so that's not good. So, but then in terms of outgoings, like Trippier's going to leave on a free, so that's the wages gone. Ramsdale, we're not going to permanent, so he'll be gone. Uh, Emil Kraft, he'll be gone.
Mhm.
Um, Obviously, I said Gordon, most likely. I don't know about Wissa or Baltimore, whichever one. I don't know. Maybe both stay, maybe both go. One goes, one stay. But knowing that next season we're not going to be in Europe and we're going to have one game a week, I think, well, for me, my expectation for us next season is that I feel like we should finish in the top 4 or 5, wherever it is, Champions League places, and win Carabao Cup or FA Cup, whichever one. I'm fine with either, because that's what we've done in the previous 2 seasons. We were out of Europe under this exact manager, so that's the only logic I can give for next season. But obviously, if we have next season be like this season, like in terms of the league, then surely he has to go because they held a meeting, the owners, Howe, and everyone
Yeah.
else there, that they said this season cannot be repeated. So that means next season, if we're in this sort of position or whatever, then I mean he has to go. But if next season, if we do what we have done before, out of Europe, or we make top 4, top 5, and make a cup final at least, then I know he's going to keep the job for sure. Um, I guess on the question, who has been the best signing this season by any club? If it's from Newcastle, the only one from us is Malik Chow, because at least he's been good. Most, like almost 9 times out of 10, he's been good for us. For clubs, if they get Europe, just because of his goals, Igor Thiago. If they get Europe, if they get Europe.
He was bought
So,
last
yeah.
season.
Oh, last season?
Yeah, he was just injured last season.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Hey, big up Gunnar Rican TV.
I guess okay. If he scores in Budapest, I mean his name is technically Hungarian origin. I might have to say him.
Why is Don C turn his? You don't agree?
Prime, who's your player of the season so far?
You see how he avoided the question.
We'll talk about Arsenal. We'll talk about Arsenal one right after this. But go on,
My
who's your
player
player
of
of
the
the season
season
so far?
for Chelsea or in general?
It could be Chelsea, it could be general.
Player of the season for Chelsea, I don't really care because just how bad we've been. But it seems like a consensus among Chelsea fans that it's João Pedro. In terms of the Prem itself, player of the season, most people are going to say like Gabriel or Rice. I'm gonna say Kelleher at Brentford. I had Brentford as my pick to go down this season. With them losing Frank, losing Mbuemo, and Wissa, I thought they were going to go down this year, and the fact that they could finish, are they in course of finishing? They have a Europa League spot.
Yeah,
I think they're in one of those spots.
yeah. I think it's 3 points off.
Yeah, Brentford are 7th on 51 points. Yes, they could finish 6th. Well, they're a point off 6th. So they could finish 6th. They could finish 5th. So yeah, the fact that they're on course to do that, and I thought they were going down. They were in my top three to get my three to get relegated. Is crazy, and I think Keller has had a massive impact to Brentford. Him as he's someone who at Liverpool I've not like rated because I've always said for Ireland he doesn't really turn up, and I've not given him credit for Liverpool because he's always had Van Dijk in front of him, but the way he's played this season has massively impressed me. And yeah, so I think him as my side. Well, at least for signing of the season, anyway, I'd probably give it to him. Player of the season. I don't know. Player of the season. I guess it has to be. Yeah, I don't know. Player of the season. I guess it has to be Gabriel or Rice. Even actually, to be fair, because it looks like Arsenal are gonna want to win this. Are you celebrating Arteta winning you a title? Crazy. Anyways, yeah. What?
Go on. What was you saying?
Yeah, okay. Anyway, now you're finished, Arteta celebrating your title. Yeah, I think it has to be Gabriel or Rice really for player of the season. But I don't know. I think players this year, for the most part, they've like had a good patch, but then they dip off.
Yeah, and it's a massive dip as well.
Yeah, like Rice was amazing the first half, but then he tailed off for a bit. Gabriel, to be fair, he's consistent for the most part, but like I think he dipped a little bit, particularly that patch where Arsenal were conceding a lot of goals. Listen, people are going to say Bruno, but not really. But yeah, I don't know. Just like I keep saying to everyone, forfeit the league and give Brentford the title. Just everyone stinks.
Sure, man. Yeah, on to the next one. For me, don't really give a shit. The signing is actually the signing of the season is probably it definitely worked. It's weird because I'm a Chelsea fan, and the first half he wasn't that great, but then barring the last game, he's just been immense. Like his trolling is on point, his ball skills are on point, everything that he does is good.
His trolling's on point.
yeah. No, bro. He's next level. I like that shit.
That's the first thing you said about him. Not that he's a good player, he's technical, he's sulky. His trolling.
Yeah, mate. I can rate good trolling, and I love that shit. His trolling's on part of his skill set. But for my player of the season, we all know it's gonna go to Big Gabby. He's got some big moments, and in defense and attack. Like if he starts a fire, he puts it out immediately. This is why I rate him so highly. And for me, he is one of the best, if not one of the most consistent players at Arsenal right now. But we move. Now go on. Talk to me about the Arsenal thing. What's the question that you want to ask me? Because we've got about half an hour left, people. So make it quick. Anyone?
Yes, it's no fun when you don't, you don't.
When I don't react.
Yeah,
you know me. I haven't been reacting for a minute now, ain't it? I'm just chilled. I'm literally just chilled. Yeah.
But yeah, we've got 4 games left, 4 finals, basically. What is actually what? Because I watch a lot of like match reactions and stuff after the game, the second leg. What was your immediate reaction after the game?
It was Jay. It was straight Jay. To know the fact that we're in a Champions League final for the second time in our history, and that there is appalling. But like, you know what? Yeah, there's no point even talking about the past. Here and now, it's more about the happiness of being able to have a fight on the pitch. Yeah, meaning not physical fight people. Meaning that we're there's a possibility, no matter how small the chances are, there's a possibility of us winning the PSG. And I know people are gonna say, yeah, but then PSG are too strong and all of that. They didn't say that about Chelsea when they first won it. They didn't say that about Crystal Palace when they beat Man City last season. They didn't say that about Man United, Man City. I mean Spurs when they beat Man United. They didn't see it when Liverpool beat AC Milan. They didn't see it when Chelsea, not Chelsea. I said them already. What's another team that let's play the small team? Yeah. Who is it? Leicester was going to win the FA Cup. They didn't people can talk a good game, but when it comes to the whole 90 minutes of the game, PSG are a great team. I will never take that away from them. But they're not unbeatable. And that's the thing. They're not unbeatable. And I'm hoping, and it's more than I hope. I want Arsenal to go all the way and win this. More for the community because it's nice to actually have something in Islington where every single person that supports Arsenal that live in and around the area gets to see us lift a trophy. And it'll be amazing about this if it was the Champions League. See, I'm not with the whole thing of the only thing I'm not with is giving Arsenal a Gold Cup if we do it. That's pathetic in my eyes. And the people that's glorifying them.
You said
That's
that?
No, mate. People that have a voice say that.
Oh yeah,
Let's just
Arsenal.
say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. About we haven't lost the match. We heard that they're going to give us a Gold Cup. Do you know what? Yeah, how about just winning it first?
It's crazy. Just because you go unbeaten in the competition doesn't mean the trophy makes it gold. Isn't that right, Dante? Your Premier League doesn't mean any gold, right?
Do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna bypass that in it, like because it's like what allows you to get a gold trophy is literally getting unbeaten in 38 games.
But you're unbeaten in the Champions League, so
yeah, no, but then that's not the Premier League, innit? And unfortunately, even though the levels are higher with the players that they have, right, you're playing 38 games. 38 games. That's a lot of games to play. The only people that play that is right now, Man United. Oh, sorry. Man United could have only got to 40 goals. But yeah, nah. Let's not do that. Yeah, 40 games. Who can I say? Chelsea. Yeah. Just because you played a few games, it doesn't mean you're worthy. Like I wouldn't say worthy champions because team to win it is worthy, right? But first and foremost, I'm not backing Arteta. I'm backing Arsenal, and hopefully we win this.
So you still stand by, even if you win both of these majors, he still has to go, right? You still stand by.
Yeah, of course he has to go. In my opinion, he has to go just because. And people are actually, you see, the thing is, yeah, like a lot of fans, let's say Arsenal fans, they flip flop. When things are going bad, yeah, I want Arteta out, and yeah, he's this, and yeah, he's that, yeah, he's not good enough. But him in his position with near enough 3 games to go in the Premier League, one game to go in the Champions League, and they want him to stay. I never got it, never will get it. That's just me in it. But
Well,
yeah,
Eli said, remember how you played against Fulham? Was Fulham your
Yeah.
last game? Yeah. He said, and maybe I think after you left. He said on Mud Brothers, that if you guys keep playing the same way, like a bit more expansive, skelly in midfield, etc., you play the same way for your remaining games.
yeah.
That he'll keep Arteta for next season. Do you agree with that?
Well, that's his opinion, isn't it?
Well, that's obviously assuming that you guys win the trophies too. With
yeah. Like if we're assuming that we win, I want him gone. There is nothing that he could give me this season to warrant him to stay. Simply because it shouldn't, and I understand that Champions League is so hard to beat. I mean, so hard to win, just because the teams that you get, yeah. But what I wouldn't take from anything from that is that I would like Arteta to stay just because he did his job for once. Because a lot of it, I wouldn't even say it's fluke. I would just say it's football. It's football, and this is why football is never the biggest sport ever. Because when you look at let's say when you look at Chelsea, Man United, Man City, Liverpool, the one thing that they've done was yes, they have changed their team around to win the Premier League, but they changed the team around with good players. Is what I'm saying. With Arsenal, it's just weird. It's weird, like because I want Arteta gone regardless, and I've said this on multiple platforms. I've said it here 101 times, but yet my fan base want to keep him if he was a double. What's gonna happen next season when he does this same thing? And now he's gonna sign it like because I know that he signed the contract in March. We all do. They're just
Yeah.
holding it back because the Premier League isn't won. And if somehow we don't win the Premier League, and has announced that he's staying, you know it's going to be a small uprise. But hey, we move. Hey, we move, man. We move. I just hope that Arsenal wins something this season. That's all I have to ask. We just win something this season. Put a bigger smile on people like me's face. You get what I'm saying? Beat West Ham. City. Go on.
Also, people that said I was crazy for thinking Arsenal can make this final over a year ago.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, people. This is not a spoiler. This is not a prediction. This is the truth. You see, last season, after we went out to PSG, Prime did say, he said it on multiple channels that I was on with him and in groups that I'm in with him. He said, yeah, Arsenal will lose, but next season, they're going to the final. That's what he said. And I said to him, yeah, please, man, we've still got this prick of a manager in charge that likes to fucking squeeze oranges.
I said you're going to lose this final, though, so you guys
Yeah,
still
well,
need to lose.
Do you know what? Yeah, like I hear what I want to hear. So my wife keeps telling me.
I
You
hear
know
what
what I'm saying?
I hear it, yeah.
So it's just one of those things where if his prediction is right, and I'll just take the first part out of it, people, because like I said, I hear what I want to hear. You just never know. And to be honest, and to be perfectly honest, I'm not going to be a fraud. I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, Arsenal's going to do this or we're going to destroy a team. We're going to batter a team. No, that's for them man there to do that shit. This match is going to be a hard fought match. PSG is the best team in the world right now. They're on fire. They can win games, they can play dirty, and they can defend the lead. We see all of that in one match. Yeah, they have better individual players than us going forward. They have better collective players going better than us in midfield. The only thing we have over them is defense and goalkeeper, right? But like I said before, earlier on in the show, we've seen underdogs take away the trophy. And this is what people fail to realize. That, you see, when it comes to 90 minutes, nothing's written. People think that, because they're PSG, they got Kavas, Doué, and what's his name, Dembele up front. They're guaranteed to lift the title, lift the trophy. No, it doesn't work like that. Because we've seen not even smaller teams, we've seen teams that are not the favourites go on and win it. And people aren't seeing that side of football. Sometimes, most people, when it comes to football, they're more looking at the whole hatred of the fan base, let's just say, because no one hates Arsenal Football Club. People hate the fan base. You know what I'm saying? People hate Tottenham's Football Club because it's a shitter.
They're
But
gonna get relegated. Leave them alone, man.
no, mate. If they get relegated, okay, Tottenham, if you get relegated, yeah, you will not hear the end of it, yeah. I told you at the beginning of this season, Tottenham and Postecoglou, you have an enemy in me for life. Yeah. When you slip up even more, I'll be there. Yeah. When you go down to League One, I'll be there. Yeah. Until my last breath, I will be there, you motherfuckers. I cannot stand you. Okay. Enough of that now.
Big
I'll
up
just
Ange, bro. My man.
okay, Soccer Junkie, we ain't losing to West Ham. Just chill out with that. Okay? We ain't losing to West Ham, just chill out. But yeah, going back to Arsenal, um, it's gonna be you see that game, yeah? That's gonna be a tough game. It's gonna be like the second half of the Carabao Cup. That's what I'm expecting. Where it's just barrages of attacks. I just urge Arteta and the lads not to be scared. Because do you know what, yeah? Big up SSB, yeah? Manners of respect, manners of respect. Make sure you're liking and subscribing, yeah? Um, all I ask for Arsenal is to make a game of it. Give it a go. Because I don't want us to I don't want us to be on the back foot like every second. And I actually think we're actually gonna give it a go, you know. I think a lot of people are gonna be surprised to first and foremost, not how we set up, how we start off the game. Because we all know that big up SSB, he's a Liverpool fan. When he says, I think Arsenal have a legit chance of winning the UCL, and I'm not an Arsenal fan. He's a Liverpoolian. Big up you, bro. Thanks for the honesty. I actually believe that every person has written Arsenal off. That's not an Arsenal fan. And the thing is, yeah, I can't understand why. Yeah.
I listen. I agree with that. City are gonna win, or PSG are gonna win. Um, do I think Arsenal have a chance? I mean, Arsenal would need to play the perfect game to beat PSG. But I don't know. I just like me as a Chelsea fan growing up. I know being everyone writing you off and having that underdog tag, like that's a dangerous thing.
Facts.
So
You lot did it. You lot did it.
but I'll also say this with Arsenal: if you guys play into the occasion and you don't play the game, you're gonna lose. Second leg against Atletico Madrid, yes, it was only 1-0, but I've not seen you guys play a better game all season, and that was because you guys played the game and not the occasion.
Oh, Bayern Munich.
No, that second leg is better than Bayern Munich. I'm not gonna lie, it's better because
Yeah,
of
I agree.
because of the stage,
We
because of the
controlled it.
stage and what it meant. Not in terms of the goals, but in terms of the stage and what it meant.
Yeah.
I've not seen
Yeah,
you guys play
yeah.
better in like all season, maybe in a couple of years. I've not seen a better like all round team performance. Gyökeres, like that is probably the best performance I've seen of him all season. It was a brilliant striker performance. I think Saliba was better than Gabriel. Saliba was brilliant.
Yeah. For once he was. He was immense.
Saliba was
He was
brilliant.
immense.
But yeah,
He was the rock.
I just look at it as if you play the game and not the occasion. Yeah, I don't want to say it, but yeah.
And the thing is, yeah, Prime, that's what scares me because so many times Arsenal plays the occasion. If you go back and rewatch that match, after the first 3 minutes, I thought we was gonna play the occasion. Because the way we let them in, and it's not like a thing where I'm talking about political people, it's not a thing where they slowly drag the game back. They literally took it back from us. Yeah. But then after that, it seemed like they ran out of ideas. PSG are not going to be that kind of team. PSG
Keep going.
are going to be like, do you know what, right? it takes a little bit of luck, yes, but we're going to show you what levels really are. Yeah, there's a reason why they're classed as the best team in the world.
Yeah,
At
and
this
listen, the
present time.
game. If Arsenal didn't score just before halftime, could the game have gone differently? Sure, but
Yeah.
listen, you did what you did. You got your goal. The thing with PSG is, I've seen them so many games this like against in the Super Cup against the Spurs, and yes, fine, it's Spurs, but they were 2-0 down in the 80th minute, and they brought the game back. I've seen PSG go machine for machine against anyone and win. They've sat back and defended. They can break a team down. They can control possession, play on the counter. They have different styles. They've got X factor players. Like how do you, as good as Arsenal are defensively, how do you factor in Kvaratskhelia cutting in and shooting from range? How do you factor that in? It's like it's so weird. You're facing the best defense against the best attack.
I guess the best, and that's literally why the game is going to be so interesting, because the one thing that we can do this is defend well.
But
another thing that we can do.
We said that about Inter last year, and PSG battered them.
No, but the thing is, okay, no. Okay, if you're going to say that,
obviously, I'm not saying Arsenal will be like that. Obviously, I'm not. But I'm saying everyone said that about Inter last year, and PSG just battered them. It was weird.
No, but then this is Inter that came off such a brilliant game with Barcelona, and that's the difference. And such a brilliant, high-scoring game that came up against an unstoppable force meets the unmovable object.
Immovable.
Yeah. So I get that. In that case, we were more controlled, because our game is not to, like, people think that our game is to defend. That's not our game. Our game is to control games. Yeah. That's our thing. Our thing is to slow the game down to our pace. Yeah. Sometimes it's walking football. I get it. It's boring. But that's Arsenal's game, is to control and dictate the gameplay. Yeah. Very slowly. Yeah. It's like we bore teams into submission. I get that. Kvaratskhelia and Mbappe. To be honest, they're gonna have to play the game of their life to get past Gabriel and Saliba, because they are actually renowned as the best partnership, or near enough the best partnership in Europe. And there's a reason why we see that week in, week out. Yeah. It takes teams, it takes a special talent to get past these players, both of them, when they're both on form. And it seems like they're on form at the best time. It's like the whole season, Gabriel's been better than Saliba. Well, to be honest, the last 2 seasons. But look at the performance that's the last 3 seasons. Sorry, the last 3. But look at the performances that Saliba done. You know what I'm saying? He was immense against a speedy player. They have speedy players. This is what Saliba likes. This is the thing. Gabriel, he likes to fight. He likes to dog. Yeah. But the question is, are they up for the fight? Because, like, people are writing off Arsenal like we can't do nothing, and that's what I don't like. Yeah. And we all know the most dangerous animal is a wounded animal. You get me? Last season, the last 5 seasons, the fact that we lost to Man City in the Carling Cup. And just remember, after the Carling Cup, the day after the Carling Cup, that's when I gave my prediction on whether Arsenal's going to win or lose the league. And I said we were going to win it just because of that. Just because of that. Look at the position that we are in. Yeah. I'm not a confident man most of the times. Yeah, I smile a lot and like all of the kikis and all of the rest of it. But I would never write off an Arsenal team. To be honest, I would never write off any team in a Champions League final, because it's over 90 minutes. Just like we can get injuries, they can have massive injuries just before the game. Does that change the whole complex of the game now? Yeah. They like, just like last season, everyone thought Inter Milan was going to win it. What happened? Everyone thought Bayern Munich was going to win it in 99. What happened? Everyone thought AC Milan was going to beat Liverpool. What happened? Everyone thought Man City was going to beat Chelsea. What happened? And I can even do the same thing with the FA Cup. I can even do the same thing with the World Cup. What was it? It was France v Italy, the headbutt. What happened? Yeah. So when it comes down to finals, we need to stop this hype and take away the hate just for 1 second and see football for what it is. Yeah, cool. It on paper should the best team win? Yeah. I swear we saw Wolves beat Liverpool this season.
Everything you're saying, right? I hear it.
Mm.
Were you saying this about Spurs last year in Europa League final?
No, I hate Spurs. So when it comes to Spurs, right, I'll tell you straight because I hate them. Yeah, there's nothing niceties coming out of my mouth. The
So
only
you're
niceties things that will come out of my mouth is I hope you get relegated. I would
okay.
love to see you
So
relegated.
so
Yeah.
so the same way you're saying about Spurs now is how everyone feels towards Arsenal.
No, but we've all got a reason to hate Spurs. They're Spurs.
We've all got a reason to not like Arsenal because Arsenal.
No, because of my fan base. Because of
That's what I
people
just
like
said.
Tony.
That's what I just said because of Arsenal fans.
Yeah, I don't hate Spurs because of their fan base. That's just added extra of hate. I hate Spurs because I fucking hate Spurs.
So what
Especially
about
Tony.
Spurs don't you like? Is it the
Everything
club?
about it. Everything about the whole infrastructure. From the follicles on their head to their toenail. I hate all of them. Yeah. Bro, I'm an Arsenal fan through and through. And the thing is, yeah, it's that I'm an Islington born Arsenal fan. Yeah. People think, oh yeah, but you're from Islington, local area. No, yeah. You see people like us, right? We like you'll never see an Islington born. It's did you know when you know there's something like embedded in you?
Yeah,
Embedded in
it's
you.
in your blood. Yeah.
It's in my DNA. Like I like when I hear like Arsenal fans that say, yeah, like Spurs, I don't hate them like that. They're just Spurs, they're shit. Do you know how much that pisses me off? Because I'm that fan where it's like I literally like you mentioned Spurs, right? Like Prime, in the group, someone mentions Spurs here on a little throwaway. How do I behave? I could be quiet for a week. It's like I smell you, man, talking
Yeah.
about Spurs, yeah, and I
You
go
pop
off
up
on one.
randomly.
Yeah, because we're talking about Spurs, right? It's weird. It's like people from the local area that grew up in and around Figgy. It's like it's like the culture of it. It's like the cult of it. You know what I'm saying? We just hate fucking Spurs. You get me? Pause. It's just who we are, I guess. Man, it's like Liverpool and Man United. You didn't have to see the whole Hillsborough thing or whatever it is. You just know. It's just like
But
it's just
Liverpool
like yesterday.
United is like deeper. It's deeper than football. Liverpool United is
Yeah,
political.
yeah, okay. I'll see it like this year. It's like you remember yesterday when was it on Sarkaz's TV when I mentioned? Oh, it was yesterday. It was 2 days ago when I mentioned Everton when I was leaving. I think it
Yeah.
was Tuesday. Look aside. You see, there's certain fans that support certain teams that when you mention them, look us like a 10. What's your thoughts on Sunderland?
Oh God, I
There
think.
you go.
Ah.
You see, there you go. Yeah. There's certain fans, when you mention certain teams, no matter they could be relegated, but the moment you mention their name, it's like, for fuck's sake, those pussios
I,
names again. It's just,
I
it is what it
I
is, bro.
get it, but like, because with Sunderland and Newcastle, like I admit again, I don't know like their club's history, but with Newcastle, I'm assuming you guys don't have any other big rivals like that, right?
Well, yeah, obviously. I know some Newcastle fans say United because of the 90s and whatever, but for
But you
me,
don't really have big rivals.
but a certain club is our number one rival. Like I'm fine finishing 10th, 11th this season, but if we finish above them in their best ever season, for me that's a trophy. For me to finish above them in their best ever season in
Sorry,
history,
that's true. It's crazy.
for me it's a trophy.
But
Yeah.
like for me, like I know Chelsea fans that feel as bad about Spurs as Don C does. For me, I just don't for me, like for me, I don't personally have a rivalry with them. They don't stop us in winning anything. They're not a big club. Even when they were great under Poch, we took 2 titles from them. Actually, no, we took 3 because that Leicester year, we're the reason why they didn't win it. So we stopped them winning 3 titles. Like we beat them in 2 cup finals. Actually, no, 1 cup final, 1 semi-final. I don't view them as anything. So, well, Arsenal though, like even though, like me growing up and being a teenager and stuff, you guys weren't competing for titles. You guys were still like somewhat competitive with Wenger. The rivalry with fans, it's there. I don't feel that way about at all with Spurs. I have a rivalry with United. I have one with Liverpool. Even you can say one with City. I don't feel that way about Spurs at all. If they stay up, obviously I don't want to like even them beating us and staying up. Like I personally won't like really care. Like I don't feel anything about them. So that's why I'm like, why? And obviously I get why you personally hate them, but like I also think about Arsenal fans. Spurs don't. Spurs hating Arsenal makes sense. You guys hating them doesn't because they're not a big club. They don't do anything for you. Barring the rivalry because you live close to each other, there shouldn't be that level of hatred. You guys should hate United or Chelsea more. Just like Liverpool, I get it with Everton and the City, and maybe there's a different stuff about that I don't know. But Liverpool fans should hate United more than they should hate Everton.
Yeah.
Personally, that's how I view it.
I hate United. No, I hate United, because if we're going to put things in this perspective, with Liverpool, the rivalry between Arsenal and Liverpool was never really there. I was a child when we took the title off them. What was it, 89 and 91? Yeah.
Yeah, but like you have Spurs on the same level as United, right? From the Patriots.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, to me, I don't get that.
Yeah, but then that's more local. That's more local rivalry. That local rivalry is something, like I said, it's something that I'm born into, if you understand. Do you know, like it sounds okay, this sounds weird, yeah. It sounds weird. It's like okay, I wouldn't say Rangers and Celtic because that's more religion, whereas that's Catholic and Protestants and stuff like that. That's like the whole Romeo and Juliet thing, right? This was more because when we was young, yeah, we knew all of the how can I say this, Tottenham fans to be the little racist wankers, yeah. That's what it is because I grew up in that era, if you understand.
Okay, yeah, okay, okay, fine.
Yeah. So without saying too much, and I know times has changed and everything, but that hatred will always stay just because that was a lot. You know what I'm saying? Without saying too much about certain things. Yeah.
No, but that's why I say with you, like I get it because of like because you've spoken a lot about it. So with you personally, I get it. But in general with the fan base, I'm like, what? Like, okay, if I ask you this, you could have Spurs get relegated, or you could have Man United get relegated. Who'd you pick?
I'll pick both. There's 3 spots to be relegated.
No. You pick only one gets relegated this season. Who'd you pick?
Okay, I will pick Spurs simply because people. No. Simply because you see Man United, they have a great advertisement for the Premier League, and I respect football over everything. You know what I'm saying? And I respect teams that have won in my generation. Yeah, that I've seen win. That's had great players, that's had great teams, that's had great managers, and they tick all of those boxes. Do you know what I'm saying? Spurs are an entitled little wanker. That's what they are. You get me? At least Man United, through everything that I hate about them, they've played some great football. They've been the underdogs and won so many times. They have changed the teams and brought so many players towards in the Premier League. They've made so many players within the Premier League, and stole 1 or 2 as well, like Chelsea and all the rest of them, But then this is why if when you hear me talking about certain other teams, I respect. Do you remember what I said to you? when I was a lot younger, I said I hate Chelsea because when Chelsea came along, that was like the demise of Arsenal. But then as I grew, I realized that an ambitious team, just like a person, they will invest in themselves to make themselves better. Yeah. And I respect winners. You know what I'm saying? I respect a team that will do everything and anything like Eddie Guerrero just to get that title. I like that. Maybe I like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I like the bad guy. You get me? But I can't knock a team for doing that because an ambitious team means a team that people should strive to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not always saying buy the best players and all of this and all of that. Yeah, cool. But then there's a reason why you want to buy the best players because you want to win more. You know what I'm saying? We all know you buy better players, you put yourself in a position to win. I can't hate that. Yeah. I might not like it. I can't hate that. But what I will hate is an entitled little bastard of a team that think that they're better than they really are, that are so loud without winning anything. They got into the top six. Yeah, because they needed a bitch to be in the top six. You know what I'm saying? That's why they probably call it 6 point Tottenham. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because they're the
6 points.
sixth place team,
6 points
yeah,
game.
and we all get 6 points off them. You get me? Minimum, yeah, in a season. Apart from Man United last season, you bitches. Yeah. But like I said, my hate for Tottenham runs deep. Do you know what I'm saying? Like not like I, I'm just that fan in it. I'm just that fan. Hit me. And I hate Man United because of the rivalries that we had throughout the years. I hate the fact that there was the Fergie time. I hate the fact that they kicked the shit out of us. They get nothing, and we lost at 49. Yeah, I get that. But one thing I will always respect is trophies. Yeah, and how many trophies they've won within the Premier League era. And that's FA Cups, that's Premier Leagues, and that's Champions Leagues. And any team that that I've seen do it, I respect them. This is what I'm saying. It's like a hatred
So,
respect. With Tottenham, it's a hatred.
so with United, with Chelsea, like you hate us, but you respect the fact that we win.
No, I like Chelsea. Yeah, I hate you, but I respect your winning thing. I respect Roman for
Yeah.
what he done because he came in here and he shattered the whole thing. He destroyed what it was. There were financial rules that put in place because of Roman. Yeah,
Yeah.
he bought he like when when a player went up to scratch, he got rid of them, and I like that shit because that's ambition. That's showing the club that this is who I am. Yeah,
So if
clubs that are
Spurs won, if Spurs were like so say if Roman had bought Spurs instead of Chelsea and they were winning things, would you yes, you still hate Spurs, but would you respect the fact that they win?
fuck that. No,
You still wouldn't
there's
respect
nothing. No, you see, my thing with Spurs is it's Arsenal Spurs, in it. That's what it'll always be. It's just like Millwall, West Ham. They're not even in the same league, but they're always like throwing shade at each other. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things that it's like Sunderland and Newcastle. Like they're both been relegated a few times. They're both like Newcastle's been in the league for how long? Sunderland is in and out, but yet they hate each other, even though they're neighbours. They're not really rivals from the same city because they're both one city clubs. Yeah, they still hate each other. You know what I'm saying? And whether it's political, religious, or just straight hate, hate in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, is like I'm not gonna hate you because you're a Chelsea supporter, but I'm gonna hate your fucking club. This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm gonna do because I've got certain Tottenham friends. I've got a lot of Tottenham friends and like more on my missus side than mine. But when it comes to Arsenal Tottenham matches, we cannot sit down and watch a football match because I'm hurling abuse at you straight up and down. That's what it is. That's what it is, bro.
hurling
You know what I'm
abuse
saying?
at you is crazy.
Yeah, of course. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you about your clot and how shit your team is and this and that. And if I lose, like that's even worse. But then Like that's me. I'm an Arsenal supporter, bro. Like I said, us that grew up in a local area, it runs deep, especially because you see during the 90s and so forth, and even before my time, people, um, Arsenal had Arsenal had a lot, especially the Windrush generation, yeah,
Yeah.
and that's like my grandparents' generation and stuff like that, because it was my granddad that like why I support Arsenal, and
Are
they
your
became a
parents
lot.
not Arsenal fans?
Yeah, they're Arsenal fans. Yeah, they're Arsenal fans. But my mom's like, you still watch them idiot people, them around the field, but she still loves Arsenal. This is what I'm saying. Like, she's
Ah,
funny. Um, it's like wet, right? Wet, that generation, the Windrush generation, when they came through, a lot of them supported Arsenal. Yeah, right. And a lot of people, them they that were fighting against. What do you think they were? What London team do you think they were? There was two London teams, but one predominantly. Yeah. The reason why people don't speak about that too much because over the course of time, people have chosen to forget about that shit for whatever reason. Yeah. And I
yeah.
don't want to get
People
too
only speak
political
about
and
it
all of
with
that.
people only speak about it with Chelsea and
Yeah.
with Millwall, with West Ham. People don't speak about Spurs and what they have. So
But then there's a reason why, because look who are the I'm not gonna get into it. I'm not gonna get into it. This is what I'm saying, not on stream just because of certain we understand that. This is what I'm saying. Yeah. But just remember, there's a lot more reasons why I hate Spurs. It's just the fact that they're a North London club. We came into North London. Actually, no, let me be politically correct, people. Spurs was a North East London club. Yeah. North East. They used to share their border with Walthamstow. This is why it was North East. Yeah. But and then so Walthamstow. But for whatever reasons, in the 80s, and no 90s, they became North. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be politically correct, people, we were the only North London club out there. No, sorry, Barnet was. You know what I'm saying? So Barnet should have be angry at us, not Tottenham. But just saying, people. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. You know what I'm saying? Do your history, people. At least you can see you learned something today. But yeah, someone asked a question here. I think it was, oh, so you're not gonna respect Spurs for winning. No, go fuck yourself, yeah. Yeah. Go fuck yourself. I'm not gonna respect Spurs for nothing. You know what I'm saying? They can go suck a lemon. You know what I'm saying? The pussios, yeah. Yeah, and yeah, SSB pure hate. Someone said, oh yeah, there it is. The question, I forgot to start it. Don, tactically, how would you set up against PSG? Prime will be back in a second, people. How would I set up against PSG?
Do what we did against them.
With 11 defenders. No, I'm
Or just do
joking.
what we did at their ground.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll do what you did. It's funny because it's weird. We need for us to set up against them, we're gonna need a lot of runners. A lot of runners.
Yeah.
It's weird because I'll kind of play the same team that I saw against Atletico Madrid. If Timber was back, I'll put him in the team. Reason because he's a better defender than Ben White. But when Ben White's playing, he will push that left side of theirs a yard back. Yeah. So now they're doing more running. But then Ben White gets beaten a lot easier. You get me? And it's hard. No, actually, no. Do you know what? Yeah, I'll use the same team that would beat Atletico with. Because for me, if we're talking about balance wise, skeleton midfield gives us a lot more energy than a Zubimendi would. And he's a ball carrier as well. So naturally, they'll have that to think of. Saka is Saka in it. Like he's played good in the last few games. I wouldn't say he's back just because it's only been a few games. He needs to have if he can, let's say up until the end of the season, continue with that form, then I'll say he's back. Because I'm not one of those Arsenal fans gonna be like, oh yeah, he's the Saka. I knew he'll come back because he's played 2 good games. It's 2 good games out of the whole season. And we can say he's fit, he's not fit. I don't care. I'm not that fan. Yeah, I'm about here and now. With Trossard deserves to play in this game simply because he's earned that. He's earned that, yeah. And I know that with his trickery and his brain, it's going to be a different game. Eze is a game changer. And one thing that people don't realize about Eze, he's a big game player. Do you know what I'm saying? Against the smaller teams, he might not do that, but then when the pressure is on, he actually puts in a performance. And he's done that with most of the games that he's played in. You know what I'm saying? Up until date. Declan Rice is a runner. We need that in midfield. The back four kind of picks itself for now. I would prefer Nkape instead of Calafiori because even though Calafiori, just like Ben White, is probably better going forward, we're going to need a lot more aggression in this game just because of their attack. Yeah, we're going to need them to be scared to run at us because there might be an accidentally flying elbow. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about elbow drop, a flying elbow. Yeah. So we need that aggression to stop who's on the right Due. You get me? Yeah. Up front, we need Gyökeres to have an athletical performance. Simply because what he done in against Atletico was the reason why we bought him, realistically. A back track bully. That's what Arsenal need. Yeah. We know their defense is weak. We know their goalkeeper is weak. We need to be peppering their goal simply because we're gonna get what is it? A corner, a set piece. Because Arsenal is also strong in the set piece area. We need to figure out a way where we can dominate without dominating. Dominate or not dominate it, but be efficient. That's what I'm saying. With that team, I believe that we can get past them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that Arsenal's a better outfit than PSG because we're not. And I ain't no idiot to say we are. We just got a better defense than them. But then because we're in the final, we've got a chance. Yeah. I hope that answers your question, bro. I hope that answers your question. So what are you saying, Ten? What do you think about Arsenal's fortunes against PSG?
I mean, speaking from experience from probably the only English club that has never lost to PSG, I think I have the right to speak on it, you know. But because we have 1 win, 2 draws in our 3 meetings against them, but I think the best way to go at PSG is how we did it against PSG. Because, as you said, you need runners, you need aggression. That's what we had when we played them in their stadium with their fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, we conceded early and, we saved a penalty. But if you can deal with the pressure after 10, 15, 20 minutes and you just grow into the game, and if the score is just, even if it's 1-0 or 0-0 or whatever it is, then Arsenal do have a chance, you know, because I think what we did against PSG was a 5-3-2.
Yeah.
With obviously, I know Arsenal's not going to play that exact same way, but have something that if you are going to sit back early on, you have to have an outlet, like someone that can ball carry. What you said with MLS, that's what we had with Joe Willock in that game, and he actually had a good game against PSG. So yeah, and he scored in that game as well. So you know, former Arsenal man scoring against PSG. But yeah, I think I feel like as long as you can deal with the pressure, because obviously if they score from long range or, you know, very good goals like Kovic or whoever, then okay, that's just football. But if you can just hold them off for the first 10-15 minutes, because it feels like you are going to start. Well, obviously I can't say because we don't know, but it is assuming that you will start off with the game being that you will sit back, absorb pressure, and you will try to hit them on the counter, and then obviously you try win the set pieces, the corners, whatever,
Yeah.
that sort of thing. Because I mean, you're all going to expect the first 5 minutes with
Yeah.
because PSG, as Prime said about the don't play the occasion, play the final, something like that.
They'll play the game.
Yeah. So obviously PSG have that experience because they just did that last year. Whereas Arsenal, I know Man City, but this is a Champions League final. It's a lot different, you know. So obviously, I don't know what preparation behind the scenes Arteta's going to do because he's always going to have, he'll probably put like a speaker in the training with the PSG ultras or whatever. That's how. If he's going to do something like that, it will circulate online maybe a day or two before the game. I think the only other worry is that Arsenal's final game is on the 24th, 25th, whatever it is, that Sunday.
Mm.
PSG's final game is nearly a week before that Arsenal final game. So PSG have 2 weeks off. Arsenal only have a week off.
Yeah,
So-
but with that, then I could turn up on the flip side. Yes, their players will be a lot fresher, but our
Yeah.
players will be in the momentum of kicking
Yeah.
ball. So it could go
And
either way because we
also-
all know what happens with when international breaks happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So carry on.
No, I was just saying I forgot what I was going to say. And obviously it will depend if you win the Premier League. Let's say if you win the Premier League, obviously you'll know you'll win it by the time you play the Champions League final. If you win it, maybe you go in, as you said, with momentum. But obviously, if you lose the Premier League title, what's the mindset of the players?
Yeah.
You didn't get it over the line again in the Premier League. And now you're coming up against a team that just won it last year, won 5-0. Psychologically, I don't know what the Arsenal players will be like. But obviously, if you win the Premier League, that's going to give some nice momentum.
Yeah.
You could say.
Yeah, you see, you make such good points, yeah, and I'll get to this question, SSB, in 1 second, yeah, but this is a brilliant question. You see, when it comes to mentality and stuff like that, I could turn that around and say that because a lot of people ask me the question of if we lost to Man City in the final, would Arsenal win the Premier League? And I said to them, speak to me after Easter because I refused to ask those kind of questions until after Easter, and I did, yeah. The moment we lost it was the Easter weekend, right? And then I said on my brothers, just after the game, I said, yeah, we're going to win it. People were shocked at me saying that. I said, yeah, but then you lost momentum and you lost the league, blah, blah, blah. How can they pick their heads up? Look at the position that we are in now, yeah? You see, the funny thing is, yeah, with football, it's not about one game, yeah? But then sometimes it is about that one game. That sounds like a riddle in itself. Yeah, because it's played over 90 minutes. And this is why I always go back to look at Paris last season. Look at PSG last season. No one expected them to win it. Yeah. Look at Liverpool last season. I know that's more of a marathon, so I'll try to keep it to cut competitions. Look at Chelsea when they first won it. They weren't expected to win it. Then I could go back to the Liverpools. They weren't expected to win it. Yeah, I could go back to '99 when Man United won the treble. They wasn't supposed to win the league. Actually, no, that's the only thing that they were supposed to win. In the FA Cup '99, we dominated them. Pause. Look when Arsenal beat Chelsea when they were on top, and then we just came there. Look when Arsenal beat City through the COVID. Yeah, it's not about whether you win or lose something. It's just the luck on the day sometimes. They can hit the bar 5 times. We could have a 1-0. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. We could start off fast and they score 2 goals and then we come back and then blah, blah, blah. It's like a cricket score. This is what I'm saying. All I really want is forget take the Premier League and everything else before it, because this right now for me should be seen just as an isolated game. Yeah, in the Premier League, we play completely different to Europe. We've seen it just because teams allow us more space. And the one thing about being an underdog is there's no expectation. So for us, we're going in there as the underdogs. Yeah, we're going in there where we could be going in there where PSG doesn't take us serious. Give us the space that we need. For me, this is a game, and this goes back to tactics again. This is a game that Odegaard shouldn't be starting because, just like you said, we need aggressive players. I want Arsenal to treat PSG just like how teams used to treat Arsenal under Wenger. Yeah. Yeah, we can play the pretty football. Yeah, we can attack ferocious, but kick the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Don't injure them, but make them feel that if they're gonna run past you, there might be a little flying elbow here or there. There might be a little step on the toe when you're walking away. Yeah. I saw tactics in the Atletico Madrid game. Just something so small. So small, yeah. The ball was coming towards Arteta. Arteta looked like he was going to pass it to the Atletico Madrid player. He let it go through his legs and let it run down, and then them not threw the ball into the crowd. Do you know how much I love that? That's mind games right there. That's what we need to see. We like people said, "Oh yeah, Arsenal their dark arts." Yeah, we need to be fucking wizards at this shit now. You know what I'm saying? For me. That's what it is, and I see this game as an isolated game. You get me? Because in isolation, we played completely different from the league to the Champions League. Just keep doing what we're doing, and you know what? Yeah, we might just get the luck if all goes well, and if it doesn't, then do you know what? Yeah, let the banner continue, but at least we were in the final to attempt it. And that's all I ask. Just give you all on the pitch. You get me? And keep Odegaard and Havertz well away from the first team. Then we got a chance. Yeah.
So if
Because
Arteta
we
does
all-
that and you still lose, what happens?
Then we still lose that, and then that's what it's supposed to be. Because I believe that Arteta, I'm not actually not Arteta. I believe that not even more Havertz when it comes to the aggression, more Odegaard. Because a lot of the times in the midfield, that's where the game is won and lost. Odegaard doesn't go into challenges, doesn't back up his teammates, marks space. So therefore, we're playing with one less man. And when you're playing with such a ferocious attacking team, we need to be aggressive in the middle. Yeah, we need to retain the ball, but we need to be able to drive forward, pick out the little pockets, do the forward passing, quick. Yeah, Skelly does that. Eze does that. Yeah, put them two there. We have a chance, in my opinion. Don't play them, and it's even a harder hill to climb. And trust me, people, this is a fucking hill. This is the Mount Everest of hills right now. But yeah, we've seen people go to the top and place their flag. Why can't we? It's just about how much do these players want it? Because, like I said again, how many teams have won in a final when they are clear second best? This is why I believe it, bro. I could be wrong, but you never know until what is it, the 30th of May?
Yeah.
5 o'clock. Not even at 5 o'clock. At 7:30. At 7:30, there's a guaranteed winner. Yeah. I just hope it's Arsenal. You get me? That's all I hope. What can we do?
Pick up Arteta.
Fuck you. But yeah, on to this question. Yeah, SSB 2828. Brilliant question. Did you see the talk sport when they said how many Arsenal players make the PSG 11 and people were saying one? Do you know what? Yeah, I would say three. I would say three. The keeper and the two centre backs. They're the only players that will make it in this team. Simply because, like, I don't think their centre backs are better than ours, and I don't think their keeper's better than us. The rest of the players, yes, I do think they're better than them. Yeah.
I disagree. I
You
think
disagree?
Pacho gets in.
Well,
I think
Arsenal players.
Patro's one of the best center backs in the world. I think he gets it.
Okay.
Could say Patro for Saliba.
Okay. Yeah, I could hear that.
So it's Gabriel over Marquinhos.
Marquinhos and Raya. Yeah. But then I'm expecting that because they're the best team in the world at this point. I'm expecting that. It's like when you saw Man United v. You remember that Man United v.
Barcelona.
Barcelona. What was it? 09?
11.
Stuff like 11, yeah. 11, yeah. How many Man United players will get into that Barcelona team? Yeah.
That time, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. Right. This is why they're the best teams in the world. You get what I'm saying? And this is why I said it's an uphill battle. I'm not expecting Arsenal to play. Say, yeah, I will put like 5 or 6. My name ain't Tony. This is what I'm saying. I don't do that shit. Yeah. I don't live in Delulu land. You get me? Yeah. I'm a realistic Arsenal fan. This is why I said it's going to be an uphill battle. But because we're here, I'm gonna back my team 100%. You get me? Because we are here now. Yeah. But
That's crazy.
it's
That's
just more
what Igal said. It's crazy.
no, that girl didn't say that. Gal said we're winning a fucking quad the prick.
How do you know?
Huh? Because Gal's basic. Yeah. Out of football, I heard that he's a wonderful person and all of that. He knows his ball and everything. But when it comes to this streaming and talking and all of that, yeah, I don't do the hype. I see football for what it is. This is why you never heard me say we're gonna win a quad. This is why after Easter, after we lost the match to Man City, I said we are winning the league. Yeah. Because I saw the look in their eyes when pussios like Cherksey, which I actually rate, was taking selfies at Arsenal players, holding his leg and laughing. I saw the anger in their eyes. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But hey, I'm just an angry football fan to most people. That Trump, big up, brother. How you doing, man?
It's interesting. You know the thing about teams losing their first Champions League final, then winning their second one. That is true, but usually when that happens,
it's more like
their second Champions League final was in the shorts. So Chelsea's first final we lost in Moscow. We then won 2012. That was in the span of a few years. Man City 21 won the final in 23, was it? PSG lost in 2020. Won it last year. Like Arsenal's, because the fact that your final was 20 years ago, it was 06, right?
Yeah, 06.
So 20 years ago, that's a long time. That's a long gap of Champions League finals from your first.
But the thing is, you see, Prime, yeah. I said the other day, yeah, it's our first Champions League final in 20 years. I said, this is amazing. This is why I'm happy and smiling and all of that, yeah. But in essence, I don't give a flying fuck. Yeah, this is our second Champions League final. Everyone wins their second. Bro, that's a storyline that I don't care about. That's a WWE storyline that I really don't care about.
You say that, but listen, you've watched football long enough to know. Sometimes these stories and these narratives make a big difference. Sometimes it does. Like Mbappe, when he left PSG to go to Real Madrid, I said it'd be hilarious if they win the Champions League. Like these sort of narratives and storylines in football happen. It does. So
yeah. I understand, yeah, but then when you put things into perspective, yeah, which team is more balanced? Yeah, and then if you're looking about the two teams that's more balanced and more secure, whether it's structure, manager, the players that's on their field, yeah, it's PSG. They tick all the boxes. Yeah, we heard what happened with Real Madrid fighting against each other. This person don't like each other. Everyone's got a massive ego. They can't even hold their manager. You know what I'm saying? The manager that wins him so much, they just get rid of. You get me? Because he has a bad half a season. You get me? All 3 quarters. Instead of sticking with him and being like, do you know what? Yeah, this is the plan for the future. They just rather get rid of him when their team is not balanced. So we have to look at that as well. We can't just say, oh yeah, he moves to Real Madrid. Dembele, who failed at Barcelona, and he did fail, goes to PSG and becomes a Ballon d'Or winner. Yeah. So the player that was supposed to win the Ballon d'Or lost to a person that failed when they were in the same country. You know what I'm saying, people? Yeah. So storylines do play a big part, but it also like it's like story like okay, stories are made to be written, but are Arsenal strong enough to write this? Because they are the underdogs. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, SSB, they're massively underdogs, right? And I take that as well. You get me?
Mm.
Yeah. Because no one thought apart from myself, because most people thought that Arsenal's gonna be playing Barcelona in the semi-finals. I said no, we're playing Atletico. You get me? And that's even before both of them
No,
kicked the
I
first
said
leg off.
I said Atletico would beat Barca.
Yeah,
I
okay,
was
me and you
just
because we got
Yeah,
yeah,
because I
we even
don't
got
trust
common sense.
Barca's. I don't trust
Yeah,
that defense of from Barca.
zero
yeah,
clean sheets this season.
Yeah, but it's I don't know. I just think like obviously like football, it's not like Disney Plus or anything, but like these sort of things kind of do matter. Like people were talking about Saka, God from Hale, and he started in Arteta's first game. He dragged us
yeah.
through the mud to where we are, scoring the goal that gets us to a final. Like that sort of thing has happened before in the Champions League. Chelsea, Mason Mount scored our penultimate goal at the Bernabeu against Real Madrid to take us to the Champions League final. He got the assist in the final to win it. Like this sort of things happen repetitively in the Champions League
Yeah,
on a
but who
big
scored the goal?
stage. So
Who
what?
scored the goal in the final? Like I said,
Kai
stories are
Havertz.
made to be written.
Kai.
There you go.
Kai.
There you
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said,
So
stories
so
are
wait,
made
you're
to
saying
be
Tony
written.
Tony was right. Tony was right.
Mate, mate, you're trying to start unnecessary beef out here.
You
Yeah.
said who
Let's not
scored the
do
goal
this.
in the final. It was Kai Havertz.
Yes. But that's why I'm saying stories are made to be written.
But
You know
you
what I'm
also
saying?
don't want Kai Havertz to start in the final. Crazy.
No,
You see,
no, but
10.
this is
You see
no,
how he
no, no,
contradicts
no,
himself,
no,
yeah?
no, 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 no,
Yeah.
no, no,
Imagine
no.
Havertz comes off the bench.
People. This is why we have a bench. This is why I said just because you start a match, it doesn't mean you should finish it. Is what I'm saying. There's a reason why you have a bench, and a bench is what gets you over the line. Just remember I said that, people, because we're going to revisit this just after the Champions League game, and then we'll see who's right and who's wrong, who's going to be in tears, who's going to be so elated, yeah. And let's see if I can break records with how many swear words I can do in 10 seconds. I'm sure I can pull out a lot. Is what it is.
You're gonna swear even if you win.
Yeah, if we win, I'm gonna fucking swear. Are you fucking crazy, mate? You know me. I swear just for the fact I can swear.
Actually, you know what? If regardless of which one you win, you're going to the parade. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, of course.
You should vlog it. You should vlog
Yeah,
the
yeah, I
parade.
will. I will. I will. I'll vlog it. Do you know what it is? I'll vlog it, but I'll get my wife and my kids to do different angles as well, so I can pull it all together, and then I'll chop it up and see if I can make something. You get what I'm saying?
Also, that's crazy. I don't think you even remember this, honestly.
Mm.
Didn't Vod say Arsenal win the Champions League? I'll get a tattoo.
Yeah, he did. He did.
That's
Oh.
crazy. That's so.
He did.
He said this like back in the round of 16, ages ago. Guy's a
I think
fucking idiot.
just before the Leverkusen game.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, no, it was a Leverkusen game. It was a Leverkusen game.
Guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, it was Leverkusen game for real. Because we
And
played
now you
Leverkusen.
guys, fucking hell, man. Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah. You see, when people say Arsenal got the easy route, right? I hate that term because we finished top of the table. When you finish top of the table, you in essence you are supposed to get the easier route throughout because you've done all the hard work in the table stage. Yeah, it's just like when do you remember the first, second, and then third used to go through depending on goal difference and how many points you accumulated and everything. The top team always got the easier team and the easier route. So it's basically the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
It got changed from last year because last year it
Yeah.
didn't matter how high you finished, you still got.
Yeah.
I remember Liverpool were complaining that they
Yeah,
topped
yeah.
the league phase and they still had to face
I got
PSG.
PSG.
So
Yeah,
now
PSG.
they changed the rules where the higher up you finish, you get the second leg away. You get the second leg at home. So
At
people
home.
can say Arsenal's thing around was easy, but in reality, if Real Madrid and PSG had finished high up in the table, they would have been in Arsenal's bracket, in Arsenal side of
So,
the bracket.
so basically, if they did their job, they'll be okay, right? Because people don't understand. Like, Atletico Madrid ain't an easy team to beat. They stink up the place, right? Sporting, yeah, they're easier. Leverkusen, they could beat some teams on their day, but then you still got to turn up to it.
But
Because if
also
we,
blame Barca. Like, listen, Yamal was meant to be the best player in the world, but he didn't even beat Atletico Madrid. So
yeah,
in reality, it's not Arsenal's fault. You know, we should have got Arsenal Barca semi-final. We didn't.
there you go. That's down to Barcelona, and all we did is our job. But regardless of it, we still have to play PSG. And if it wasn't PSG, it would have been Bayern Munich. If it were Bayern Munich, it could have been Real Madrid or Man City.
Mhm.
So realistically, we still had to play one of those in the final. Well, it weren't going to be Liverpool because Wirtz is just shit.
And it's not going to be
Yeah.
Chelsea because Marasco walked and we have Garnacho on the line. And it wasn't going to be top. So actually, Tottenham was
And
in
Sanchez.
your bracket. Tottenham was in your bracket, right? So
Yeah, Atletico.
we
Yeah.
should have got a Tottenham Arsenal semi-final. I would have liked that. It'd
Yeah.
be great. But
And to Iron, yeah, this is the worst Atletico in years. Bro, Atletico have been shit from day one.
that got been bad for a few years for 1 and 2. Most people expected Atletico to still beat Arsenal regardless. So I hate Arsenal fans too, but you also got to give them. Getting to a Champions League final is not like that easy. You know, most Spurs fans, kill themselves to get to a final with Poch, and they still lost. It's not easy to get to a Champions League final.
Do you know what? Do you know what's so funny with the whole thing? People are talking about Arsenal having an easier group, not realizing at that point, throughout the quarterfinal, leading up to the quarterfinals, we were still in 4 cup competitions. So we've been playing every 2 to 3 days since December. Every 2 to 2, bruv, do you know how taxing that is on the players and their bodies? Yeah. And that's not including the internationals. Well, apart from the last one when everyone pulled out. Yeah. That's the only time when they got a rest. So people are forgetting that we weren't like a Man United that was playing 1 game a week and then added a European title in there. We were playing every 2 to 3 days. Yeah. And we've still got into this position. So people have to put a little bit of respect.
Yeah, you're not like Spurs in a relegation battle. And that's why, 10, you have to give Arteta the respect for what he's done. That's why.
Yeah,
Isn't that right?
Like, look,
I'm
right.
not talking. I'm not talking to you.
Okay, no. Do you know the funny thing is, right? I gave Arteta his respect after the Atletico Madrid game, simply because, first and foremost, the reason why I will say thank you and respect you for that isolated game, because you had a formula that worked against Fulham and you saw something and you kept with that. So I'm always going to say thank you for doing that, because we had Havertz surprisingly and Odegaard on the bench because they were supposed to be fit. I mean unfit. He could have shoehorned them in, but he didn't. Yeah, and he kept these players, so I'm happy for that. So yeah, I'm a happy man. So thank you, Arteta, for that. Blessings.
Yeah.
Blessings for that. Yeah. Anything. Okay. It says, why the fuck would you give the manager respect for something he's paid millions to do? Fuck it, and he's got those players injured in the first place. No, I get that. I really get that. This is why I want him out. But just as much as I would disrespect him, if he's giving the right players to put us in a position to win, I'll say thank you as well. Win us the titles or the league, and then fuck off. No, that's my opinion. I was talking to you.
Why should you respect Arteta? Listen, if you don't see what he's doing, mate, fuck off down the lane. You know, that's what I'm gonna say.
Yo, people. But on that note, yeah, big up everyone for coming. I'm gonna log out now. Yo, 10. Have you got anything coming up? Shout out your team.
Yeah. Tomorrow I'm doing international football, but not an actual game. It's the drawing of lots for the Asian Cup on my channel, 7 p.m. UK time tomorrow, Saturday, tomorrow, or 7 p.m.
Okay.
And then apart from that, nothing much. Probably that for tomorrow. Yeah, this is my channel right here.
Make sure you like and subscribe and your primary fraud. What have you got coming up?
I don't know. I'm not gonna watch the Chelsea Liverpool game. So, what games are being played this weekend? Actually,
El Clasico.
El Clasico, yeah. City Brentford. That should be a good one.
yeah, I should be home for City Brentford. That'll be a good watch along. And when do Arsenal play? Arsenal West
Sunday.
Ham.
Sunday,
Yeah,
4 o'clock.
yeah, that should be good as well. So yeah, I'll probably watch along for those on Sarcasm City TV extra. Mud Brothers on Monday. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, maybe there's a Liverpool fan on there because I'm not watching the game. And yeah, I don't know. I guess that's it. Yeah, listen, it looks like Arsenal are going to win at least one major trophy. So, you know, turn off the notifications, but subscribe to the channel.
Yo, people, I might go live tomorrow to do the Man City Brentford game, but I'm probably gonna do the Arsenal West Ham on Sunday. So just make sure you like and make sure you subscribe. This is what I'm saying. So once you see the notification come up. I told you, I'm Olden. Yeah, I'll take that power away from you. Yeah. But people, make sure you like and subscribe. And this is what I'm saying. Big up everyone in the chat. This is what I'm saying. Inconsisto. Yeah, that's a sick name still. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you come down tomorrow because I like your opinions anyway. Yeah. I just said always keep safe and fuck Spurs.